Oh, you're good, honey. You're good. Hello, everybody. Thank you for your patience. We just all had to get some settled in and stuff. But Croeso, welcome to Raven's Hollow. I'm Nozami, your Welsh Pandragon, and I invite you into my special sacred space today. Joining me today is Hikari and the wonderful Circus. Yeah. Hikari is on her way to affiliate, which I'll be setting that up on Friday for her to help her. And we played some really fun games over on her stream earlier today. We finished it was about an hour and a half ago before I had to go live. I was like, oh, I need a break. There's a lot of rage. It's like I love playing with friends, but when I play games with friends, I can be a bit bossy. So I can be a bit.
You weren't bossy.
It was one of those. I think it was just stress, very stressed. But yes, I cannot word anymore. But yes, hello. We have Dooges.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me close it up.
Yeah, you're okay, honey. The Dooge is out. But I'm slowly on the grind to obviously fund my new PC setup. So I'm hard at the grind, doing all the fun streams. My new PNG by intro is delayed for a couple of days because they're not feeling too great, and I really wish him the best recovery. You know, it's one of those, low spoons times. So I'm like, hey, take the time you need, honey. What's the goal today, Nozami? Honestly, I haven't set a specific goal because I always feel guilty for people supporting me. It's mainly, if you can afford to give, as my motto goes, that's awesome. You're not obliged to. It's just the option there for people if they wish to support. They don't have to. I feel cheeky setting up goal bars because, you guys are so nice to me. but mostly all the support I get off you guys does go toward bettering the stream anyway. I spent some to commission a new piece from intro. But for the most part, I'm saving towards a desk, a new chair, monitors, new keyboards and mouses and stuff. I've got my mic, so I'm happy with that. I got that for my birthday. But I don't particularly have a set goal in mind. Just more so, just more. Oh my god. Oh god, I can't.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Your brain just flatlined.
Yeah. I was like, why have I got so many DMs? Started sad faces. I was like, what? And then Emperor's just like, I'm trying to celebrate Nix's birthday. The fuck is going on? But Paolo, honestly, no goal specifically, honey. It's just more so to let you basically know what your kind donations and where it goes towards is my new PC setup, which I'm aiming to get, in the next couple of months into 2023. And it's mainly just, you can support if you can. I feel bad putting donation goals. Days. Oh shit, is it days? Oh god, have we bumped up the have we bumped up the time now for days instead of months? I thought we had time. Okay. Yeah, apparently next couple of days I'll be getting my PC stuff. So I think I've got my monitor prices sort of there, but I'm needing to get a desk and some chairs and stuff. Because I'm getting my partner's old desktop, his actual machine stuff, so I'm just gonna need the desk, chair, and monitors, and the keyboard and mouse. And I might get a new headset too. I don't know yet. But yeah, it's I've got the only thing I have for the new PC is pretty much obviously it's going to be the PC itself when my partner gets his new one, and a new mouse pad I got off at Lion. So yeah, that is fun. Oh, that's too small a writing. I'm not reading that till later. People like, hey, there's gossip. Check this out, and I'm like, hey, yo. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to read it till after stream. I can't do it now. It's like, you know, yo, tea to spill is tea to spill. No, this one is honestly just like private matters within like some of the VTuber stuff. It's not really my story to tell and stuff like that. And I don't like bashing VTubers publicly on my stream. Because my stream is a nice special space, honestly. You know, Twitter is pretty much where most people talk about shit and stuff like that. Or privately, but I try to keep this space a safe space, so I'm just like, I let them know, I'm like, hey, I'm streaming, I will deal with this later, like, if, you know, cause I'm nice like that. Okay, no rush, happy streaming, thank God. But it's mainly they're just like, okay, here's all new information on the situation, like myself and a few other community members in the VTuber circle are dealing with, you know, because not everybody's gonna like you. You know, you're always gonna come across the occasional bad seed within the community. You know, they let stuff get to their head and so forth. But it's just mainly like, hey, here's all the information that the new has come about. So I'm like, alright, that's fair. Oof, I've been drinking fizzy pop again. I'm not drinking today. Not today. I was sneaky yesterday, so I've had half a can of cider yesterday, and Lion's like, are you drinking? Knows me? I'm like, no, absolutely not. No. And he's like,
I got the bottle from last time.
And he's like, knows me, are you drinking? No. But I justified it saying, you know, there's a lot in my fridge. It needs to be emptied. It needs to be emptied so I can do shopping. But, you know, I'm pacing myself, to be honest. Like, I think the excitement for Christmas got to me as well, because I was like, I know I was sort of gone with the rosé, and then I think the hype train happened. I think we got to level 10, but like, my partner was an enabler. He's like, if she gets to level 8, she gotta do another shot, and I'm just like, God damn it. Like, and they were like big shots as well, and I was like, oh, that wasn't good. But yes, so I think in a few days now I should be getting the new, like, PC itself, but like, the support is pretty much going to go straight towards like a new desk and a chair at the moment. But I always feel cheeky if I set like a goal bar at the top, like, or in my stream, because A, it doesn't like line up properly. Like, it every time it gets updated, it doesn't update itself. And then, you know, I'm not somebody who's like, hey, you know, I could really, you know, I'm people like, you should do a subathon or a donathon, and I'm like, I feel cheeky. You know, and it's one of those, it's an internal struggle, you know, because everybody's been like literally so nice with everything that's going on and supporting me, and I'm just like, I don't want to cry.
You deserve it though.
Imposter syndrome's hell for me. I got yelled at by my work coach as well, because he knows I really want to pursue writing as well as a career. I like to do a lot of stuff. I want to obviously to do this full time as well as publish my own stories and stuff. And he's like, your biggest problem, Nozomi, is your self-confidence. That's like your biggest like inhibitor. Like, you know, it pushes you back. Like, I know, I'm so sorry.
That's definitely one of my flaws, so yeah. I totally get it.
And he's like, you know, you should read the stuff you write, like, for, you know, people on streams and stuff like that. Get out there. And I'm like, I don't know if they'll like my shit, though.
I want to see.
Because, like, I'd also want to write, like, a collection of children's books as well. And, because a lot of people know, like, I'm a mama dragon IRL to Tiny Dragon, and Tiny Dragon has a very big imagination, and he used to tell me a lot of cool, like, make-believe adventures, and I really wanted to, like, capture those and, like, share them with a lot of people because they're very good, and I'm just like, I always worry that again, it's my brain and my self-confidence is like, no, nobody's gonna like them and stuff. Elysian has read one of my pieces out on her stream, and she sort of did people dirty on her stream. She was like, she read to about like a quarter toward the end, and she went, I'm gonna end it there, so you have to go and like read the rest of Nozomi's piece. And like so many people lost their mind. And I was like, thanks. Like it's a lot for me. Like imposter syndrome is very hard for me since starting, and I've only started this like late October. It was gonna start like the start of October, but I got sick back then. And it's I just noticed Bun Bun was using Shadow's little emotes. That's so sweet. It's hello, my pink dragon friend. Hello, Chozo. I hope you enjoyed visiting Avak's stream yesterday, Chozo. He was very impressed with your knowledge of Welsh. I sent everybody to another Welsh Twitch streamer's stream yesterday, Avak. He has a very strong Welsh accent, and his little gimmick, like he's basically a big red dragon who drinks tea. And he's absolutely sweet, to be honest. He was like, oh, notice I was Welsh, and he was like, is it Wen or Win? And I was like, it's Win because it's spelt with a Y. So all Win can actually be spelt two ways and pronounced two different ways. So with the Y, it's all Win, because the Y is pronounced as an I, and you've got the E would be a hard E, so all Wen. And he was, before I left yesterday, he was educating people on different types of Welsh spelling names. He's like, Branwyn or Branwen, and I was like, and a lot of people liked his accent and stuff, but like, I saw Chozo like welcoming, like saying hello to Avak in Welsh, like he does to me. He said "smy" and stuff, and I was so proud of him. He like always makes the effort. It's really sweet, really super sweet. But like a lot of people, I was like, I really wanted to share, like, obviously, because a lot of people seem to like the Welsh accent. I was like, oh, Avak's streaming, and Avak is one of my favourites. My only known phrase in Welsh is "sumai," though. Okay, so croeso is welcome. Hwyl is like goodbye and stuff like that. He's gonna have to attend a Welsh Duolingo one day. We'll have to get Chozo on a Welsh Duolingo stream one day. But like, if ever you want to know anything in Welsh, Chozo, you're more than welcome to come and ask me. I really like when people like are interested in my heritage and stuff like that. I'm not 100% perfect and fluent myself, but I can help you pronounce stuff and understand what they are. Avak's a bit more advanced with me because he's like properly more bilingual than I am. Which is nice. A lot of people just sort of bring up the Popty Ping thing, which is a microwave. They're like, what's a Popty Ping? I'm like, that's a microwave. Oh, Spanish, yes. I know a bit of Spanish, like, hola, like, por favor, gracias, and de nada. Gotta love Dora. I actually used to sit and watch Dora with Tiny Dragon, and I would actually join in. Because it was like, learning, like, they made learning simple. I'm a simple dragon. I am very, very simple and stuff. But yes. Paolo's like, what's the goal today? No, not... It's mainly just getting bits for the upcoming desktop, to be honest. Can you say mochila? Yes. I don't even know what... Mochila. CHI. Mochila, thank you. I am...
Which is backpack. But we in Puerto Rico use the term bulto.
Mochila means rucksack.
Which is still the same thing.
Oh, and then you
it means like, backpack.
swiper, no swiping, and the map, and I'm like, oh, this kid has been on some LSD. And I think Grande was big.
Have you seen the actual live-action movie?
No. Yes,
it's
Venezuelans
perfect. It's just glorious.
Also call them bulto.
Like, honestly, when Dora goes dark and literally goes and says, like, can you spell deadly neurotoxin?
Hello.
I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, you bitch. Why were you saving up for that one? Oh. Alright. Alright, put a timer on for 5 minutes, because I can't see shit. Somebody put a 5-minute timer on, for the love of God.
I am a gremlin.
You're in charge of the timer then. 5 minutes.
I have been waiting for this forever.
Oh god, I'm squinting at chat right now, so there you go. Hi, Ori!
Oh boy.
You're welcome.
Mind you, I'm literally gonna have to pick up my laptop to move it a little bit closer and I still can't see. Hikari, goddamn. You know what?
You took away Nozomi's vision.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes,
This happened one time before. My partner used this on a game I played. Also, go give Hikari some love for that. Hey, yo, Mama is gonna be blind for 5 minutes. Oh yes. Oh yeah, it's like my IRL glasses, Choso. Definitely. Like my eyesight is awful. I'm evil. Yeah, go and love on Hikari. She's about to hit affiliate by the end of the week.
Yeah.
We were playing some Pico Park and some golf with friends earlier, so that was super fun. You get to see Nozomi just rage.
I think, honestly, you could probably go on my channel and watch the VOD, if I'm not mistaken, but...
I think so. I think you can still see your VODs. It says what you were playing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what... While she's not looking, what is that word? I can't see that word. I can't see that.
Is it time for a hype train? Is it time for a hype train?
Oh my god.
Are we doing a hype train?
Maybe y'all can afford me better fucking eye surgery. Maybe y'all can pay for the fucking eye surgery too. Jesus. Oh. Oh my god.
One thing at a time, Nozomi.
I know. We gotta get to the PC setup. I think we're gonna go look for stuff on Thursday to like get like an idea of what to buy. We're gonna
my first goal next year is gonna be that new microphone. I need a new mic.
Oh yes. We're gonna last seek.
I can't even touch mine.
What does last seek mean?
Last seek?
Yeah, we're gonna last seek this dragon. What does that mean?
LASIK! That's LASIK!
What does that mean?
LASIK. Oh.
What's that mean?
Oh, LASIK surgery.
LASIK. Oh.
I'm a squish the mommy. Ma'am, the mommy milker. She won't see me coming for him. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, Ori. I swear to god. Oh, Ori just did some lovely artwork of her model too. She's absolutely adorable and cute. She's cute as beans. There you go. There you go. Give Ori some love too. Swipe you into the sun once you realize. God, I'm too short to get to the sun. I'm too short. I was telling Ambrosia, I think the other day, yesterday, I was like, I need to get a chibi Nozomi. Release the jellies. Now I gotta find the jellies in this list. I'm squinting up the screen. Oh. And head pads. Okay, I'll do head pads after that too. And a care package. Bitch, I'm blind. I'm not a gremlin. You've got to do posture check. You've got to stretch and hydrate. Oh god. Thank you. And then I had my drink. Where's the head pads? Now I gotta scroll down the list. I'm blind as shit. Oh, you and Phantom are the short I am. Yeah, I'm only 5'2", Chozo. Everybody get head pats today. I'm a short bean. I think I was telling Ambrosia yesterday, I said somebody needs to literally just have a chibi Nozomi with her hands on her hips and a giant wizard's beard. Because I've just climbed a mountain of like, that is a tall VTuber. And because we talked about a beard growing contest that happens around like Christmas time in a place in Canada. Speaking of eyes, what is my eye color under the hentai protect here? So my character's eyes are amethyst, Sweet Pea. Nozomi's eyes are actually amethyst. I'm still in the process of writing her lore, but because I'm such a hypercritical writer and I'm super picky of my works, it's taking me some time.
It's 5 minutes is up, Nozomi.
Is it up? Can I have my glasses back now?
Yes.
Oh,
you can come out now. I feel like I put you in a corner.
I literally feel like a blind ass mole. I'm like, jeez. I am. An a guest one, Bunny. Who would you like an of? Would you like it of Circus? If he's okay with it. Are you okay with it, Circus?
I don't mind.
You don't mind? Okay.
I'll fluster a lot of people if I do.
Okay, Bun would like a ara, if that is okay.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me finish off this people really quick. Oh, then she killed me.
Ara, Ikodames.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, Hikari, I always ask guests permission if they consent to a redeem anyway, so if there's anything you don't feel comfortable doing, like Lion doesn't do aras.
I've never done one.
It's like you should have seen him trying to compliment Best Eggy the other day. Like he was stuck. He was legit stuck for a while. He goes, I want to do it. I'm just,
Oh yeah, I was there.
Says ara like a cowboy. Fucking Jesus, Chozo. I mean, if I have to bring out Mr. Pinkerton, Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
That's gone south as hell.
Just imagine if Mr. Pinkerton did an ara.
Oh my god, I could so totally do that actually. Halaka's on screen. What? You'll actually see a lot of things, a lot of pictures popping up, Choso. So these are actually different things from winter and festive traditions around the world. So you'll see stuff from your countries and stuff like that. I have Puerto Rico on here as well. Is it Puerto Rico or Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto, which means port.
Yeah.
I can't roll my R's. God dang it.
Like, for me, I was like...
we have to learn. They teach you when you're a kid here.
Yeah, it's like...
They do like little tongue twisters that goes R con R cigarra, R con R barril.
I can't ever do that.
Jesus, that is terrifying.
You get used to it.
I have a really sharp tongue. That's why I'm better at Japanese.
It's pronounced...
Easiest way, you just gotta purr. Arr.
Oh, it's pronounced Ajakas. Okay, so Ajakas. Just, thank you. Hello, Malfi. How you doing, Mally? How are we doing, Mr. Mally? I found out yesterday Izzy also has DID, so I get to meet some of them. Mi mama, mi ama, mi mama, mi mima. Did I say that one?
Mi mama, mi mima, yo mi mama.
Yeah, I'm learning. Yes.
Yeah, no, those are simple words that you get taught as a kid just to actually get used to, like, phrasing in Spanish. Because the biggest problem in Spanish is phrasing.
I know
how people get confused with phrasing.
I think it was, like, and I know Cinco de Mayo. That's about the 5th of May. That's about it.
Yeah, but that's Mexican.
Do you know how to count in Spanish, though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I found out yesterday that Izzy has, some alters. I got permission off Malfiant to call him Mr. Mally, so I'm the only one allowed to say that. I get away with nicknames, and I'm like,
yes. I've been messing with Izzy about that.
I love nicknaming people. Like, I honestly like I like to ask permission because obviously everybody knows I'm very familiar with pet names, so you'll get Sweetie, Sweetheart, Darling, things like that. That's normal and stuff, but like if like I like you enough, I'm like, and I think of a weird nickname for you, you bet it's in my head.
I think you've given me really a nickname yet, but I like all the pet names. I'm fine with that. That's true.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like, you're also Hime, so. You're my princess, so you're Hime.
Wow.
Yes.
You're my princess too.
Yes, and you're my precious. You're my precious bean, and I love you.
I love you.
I'm like, I will go to jail for her. Hika es muy bonita. Did I say that one right?
Yeah.
Bonita.
Girl is very beautiful.
Truth be told, I didn't know you both had it close enough. Oh, honest, I'm always learning a lot of new things from my friends with DID. One of my original old retired mods, they had DID. Honestly, it was fascinating to properly understand a lot more, because I didn't know much about DID until like I became more social on Discord. You know, and that's one of the reasons my server is very big for acceptance and mental health awareness and stuff like that. I felt so proud of actually my community. So one day, obviously, when my old mod was also fronting with another altar, so their altar Sam was out. And he was obviously enforcing the rules. I've made everybody aware. It doesn't matter if you have DID as a staff member. All your altars are given the exact same respect as the host body. So if something's occurring,
that's how it should be.
So if something's occurring and one of the altars is fronting, and they enforce the rules of the server, they're doing their job, and they deserve just the amount of respect they get. This one person literally decides to, because I use the Tupperware bot in my server, which is a good tool for people with DID. It helps with not having to frequently change your Discord name. And I was introduced to that bot, and you know, my mods who had DID, they set that up and stuff. And it's one of those things of like, so it just makes it very much easy, so they're not constantly rechanging their names when they front in Discord, because it can be finicky. So obviously, if you see like Sam's name pop up in chat, it'll have the word bot next to it, which is fine. You know, everybody was aware of it, except this one person decided to make a smart ass comment and just try and disrespect Sam, who was actually a cat boy himself. And he was just getting really horrible and mouthy to Sam, who was doing his job. And he, you know, Sam was actually quite polite about it and politely asked him, hey, you need to show respect to a mod when they tell you to do something that is in the rules, you know, and to stop speaking that way. And the guy got really mouthy again. I was literally, like, tabbed out for, like, 5 minutes. I came back in. Most of my server were bashing the shit out of this guy and, like, telling him where to go. Like, you don't talk to Sam that way. And I got so proud, and I was like, you know what? I gave my 2 cents. I said, you know, you're not welcome in server anymore, and I banned them. And, you know, Sam and them were like, I'm really, really sorry about that. And I was like, hey, totally fine. You know, and I made a big announcement to reiterate the rule of, like, it doesn't matter who is fronting for the host. I said they have the title of moderator, so they have, you know, the, you know, authority to enforce the rules. Like, I hired them knowing full well about their condition, you know, having it explained to me, you know. Just so you know, for all people in the community who have DID, no matter what's out in your respective bodies, y'all are a friend in me. Oh, that's so sweet, Chozo! Chozo's absolutely an angel. He's an...
Yeah, that's actually very appreciated, because most of the time, like, I used to have an old partner that she used to blame me for everything they did.
Oh, hell no.
My altars overreacted, I got blamed for it.
Oh,
did something? No, I got blamed for it. Oh, you need to get better control of your altars. I'm like, what? I barely have control even of myself. How the fuck?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's also not something you can help. It's a journey. It's a long journey for people. You know, you could...
It's acceptance.
Yeah, it's acceptance. You could have, like, a small amount of altars, or you could have a lot. It, you know, they're part of you. They're part of your experience and stuff. You know? Paolo's very quiet. It worries me. He's like, hey, what's the goal? Knows me. Silence after. You see him pop up, calling Hika muy bonita. And I'm like, Sus. Okay, I checked. Ingay's not around. But yes, we're working hard. Hardly working. But I took ads off my streams because like a lot of people complained about ads, and it's like, okay, that's fine. You know, I want to please people, but some people like, why did you take them off? You got to earn income as well. You know, because if you have slow streams, and I'm like, it's trying to find the balance, because even with the ads turned off, you will still get pre-roll adverts at the beginning of the stream, which is one of the reasons I set up my starting soon screen, because which, you know, can get that chunk out of the way. So like I'll give people like 10ish minutes to get settled and get through the pre-rolls, because they're still there, you know. But I haven't enforced them, to be honest, because I tried to like incorporate them into time limits. You know, Callista gave me tips, and still people complained, and I was like, it takes away the flow again of the stream. But it's also like a double-edged sword, because if you've got like a slow stream, you only make your income from the adverts that day, you know? I will give people a disclosure. If I butcher any of your languages, please let me know, and please correct me on pronunciations and stuff. I mean absolutely no offense in, because obviously the only languages I'm fluent in are English and Welsh. So I do apologize if I butcher some of your languages, but please feel free to correct me on any pronunciations if it's a language you are familiar with, because I don't want to cause any offense to anybody.
Same here.
Yeah, it's one of those. I try, but it's a struggle, because again, it's not my native languages. I just try. I try.
Yeah, and like I think that's part of learning too. Like if someone's willing to tell you how it actually is, then you'll know how to say it correctly, and that's how you learn.
Yeah, it's because again, I'm not a fluent speaker in anything other than obviously English and Welsh. You know, even though I did travel to Spain and like Portugal, the last abroad holiday was at Portugal when I was 17, and the rest before that was Spain. You don't get much chance, especially as a tourist on holiday, to use stuff other than the basics of like hello, like please and thank you, and like you're welcome. Because a lot of people in Spain are very fluent in English as well. Like they understand that you're extremely basic when it comes to like stuff, but like they do appreciate even just a small gesture of like hola, you know. And like como está and stuff like that. They like, you know, my favorite is SOCKS, which is it is what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And I learned this because like there's this big thing that went around for a while, and basically people like, you spell the word socks in English. It's that easy to remember. You do still SOCKS. And it literally means it is what it is in Spanish. And I was like, I love this. Before I actually made Raven's Hollow, I had a server literally called Socks. Like, and it was separated by full stop. So it was just SOCKS, because it is what it is. That is my server. Sadly, you know, some person who was, used to be a friend of mine who was my co-owner in that server, turned out to be a really shitty friend and would use my mental health against me and made me feel very small and very stupid and would very like second guess myself a lot. So I'm still actually recovering from that, because like he caused a lot of trust issues, made me lose a lot of friends, and it's one of those things of like, so it kind of took that nice meaning away from me, because I really love that saying in Spanish. And so I'm still learning. My new Discord server, Raven's Hollow, has been going for nearly over 2 years now. Which I'm surprised at. And, you know, I'm making my journey on Twitch and stuff. And so many people are so nice and supportive that it is a constant battle with my brain and stuff. But, like, I love what I do, and I love each and every one of you who come to see me and show support and everything. It literally means a lot. Like, I think I've said this a lot of times. I cannot put into words how grateful I am to all of you, because something simple as like thank you and like I appreciate you, it never feels like enough to me to convey how much I like love and appreciate all of you who come to see my streams and come to support me. Like, I'm super sentimental to shit like that because like it's a shock for me, especially when you grow up in a background where you don't get much, or you don't think you're gonna amount to anything, you know? I like translating SOCKS as that's it right there, because it gets the spirit of the sentence, you know? Yeah, that sounds really nice. But you gotta try and pull the punches and do what you can. That's one of the reasons I said to Paolo, I haven't set an amount goal for my PC setup, because as much as yes, the support is what is helping fund it, I feel cheeky asking people who are taking their time to come and see me, like asking them to help support and fund, you know, the improvements for the stream. And then it's like that little voice in my head going, well, of course they're going to support you. They want to see you succeed and do better. And it's just one of those, yeah, but they can spend the money on themselves and bills and food.
That's always how I feel too.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Like, I just bought Lion a gift for Christmas off his throne. It is a big like lion picture. And I went through Amazon, the American one, and I picked out bits for him, and I was like, pick which one you like. And he's like, you don't have to give me anything. I'm like, sir, you spoil me to high heaven and hell. You know, and I am forever fucking grateful to that shit. And I was like, it's not much, but it's the least I can do, like, in my own way to, like, thank him and stuff. I know he's fucking listening because he's at work, but still. He can't pull the whole knows of me shit. I mean, yeah, they can spend it on themselves, but by the same doing, they can spend it on you, so shh. Them fighting words, Chozo. Them some fighting words.
It's only fair.
It's a lot of people like, it's my money, deal with it. I'll spend it on what I fucking want to do. And I'm like, I know, but still.
Yeah, I always appreciate when people do that stuff for me, but also, like, I don't like being spoiled.
Yeah. It's one of those, like my work coach was telling me, because, you know, he wants me to, like, obviously succeed in this stuff as well, and he's like, if they're willing to spend money on you, don't test me, fight me, sir. I'll punt you into a vault of money. Try it. We need money first to do that. But it's more of a case of, he just goes, if people are willing to, you know, give you money to support what you're doing, it means you're fucking good at it. And I'm like, I guess. I never said it was my money. He's just gonna go around just like with a little cup going, I'm raising donations for Nozomi so I can punch her into a big coin pile. I'll throw you into the Banco de España. Don't you throw me into a Spanish bank, sir. Did I get that right?
The bank, I think he means by river bank. But yes.
The Banco de España. Spanish bank.
The river of Spain, I think he means.
Christ's sake, man, I can't swim. Are you trying to kill me? I can't swim. I mean, I can, like, do a doggy paddle at most. Not just a Spanish bank, the National Bank of Spain. But it's like, I could do a doggy paddle at most, but, like, I should, like, try and improve that, like, but it'll be a sight to see when I go on holiday in April. We're having our first, like, family holiday, which will be nice. Not a river bank, a money bank. I don't think they keep a lot of, like, gold coins in there, though. As they do. Paolo's worried me now. He's like, oh yeah, what's the goal? Just silence. It's gonna haunt me. Just a heads up, it's pronounced España. Okay. Español. Oh yeah, you got the weird wiggle on the end. The wiggle.
Yeah. The emphasis on the end makes it a nya sound.
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah.
But yes, if
the only two letters that make a noise like that is that N and the double L.
What does that sound make?
Double L sounds like J, like a Y.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you're gonna say keys would be Javes, but it's written double L-A-V-E-S.
Okay, so Javes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like the color yellow, it's amarillo, right? Like amarillo. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's like roja, I think is red.
Rojo.
Rojo. Yeah.
Rojo. It's whichever, honestly.
Yeah.
That's more adding. In a weird way, it's like adding gender.
Yeah, because some languages are obviously like female and male based. Yeah, roja is female red, and rojo, yeah. It's learning. But yes,
then you can switch to rosa, which would be pink.
Rosa, yeah. I can't roll my R's a lot. We don't get a lot of R's in Welsh. We get mainly the double L's, the sound. Which ends up.
I really like the word huevos, which is eggs.
Eggs.
And then me gusta queso. I like cheese.
I like cheese.
Those are my favorite things.
So in French, I learned just like cheese omelette just from Dexter's Laboratory, the cartoon. It's like omelette de fromage, and I was like. I've ruined myself with that. Don't most languages gender specifically? Yeah, they can do.
One thing with like Spanish phrasing, Dominican Spanish and Spanish is way different. Like if I would say funda, funda would mean like pillow sheet.
Yeah.
Or sheet, per se.
Yeah.
But in Dominican, if you say it, you would have to say bolsa, which is bag in Spanish. Because in Dominican, funda means nutsack for some reason.
Amadillo is my favorite color. Oh, that's cute. I like green. That's my favorite color. Grammatical gender is essentially no.
Why did Joseph spell it like that?
I don't know. Everything, even objects, are male or female. Yes.
And then there's like niño and niña, niña.
And there's like nona.
Boy and girl, yeah.
And there's like nona as well. I love that one, nona.
Yeah, nene or nena. Boy and girl.
Like, I think there's ones for he and she in Welsh, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But a lot of people, like, you guys remembered the one for woman was menu. And you were like, it sounds like menu.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to chop through a couple of these today, which are festivities celebrated from the chunk of like maybe mid-November to January, which is classed as like the winter periods throughout the world. And we're hitting it with Bulgaria today, because we finished on Brazil yesterday. So if I do mispronounce things, do please inform me if it is a language you speak, because again, I don't want to cause any offense. And if it's a language you're again, lingual in, that is, pronunciation, if I do butcher it, let me know. I generally don't mean to do it on purpose, but it is a language I have never spoken before. And I've not studied anything in French for since high school. Like we had to do 3 years of mandatory French lessons at school. And there was the option in your last 2 years of high school to take Spanish, but nobody took Spanish. So they had to cut the class because nobody wanted to sign up for it, or at least 2 to 3 people signed up for it. So they didn't have technically enough for a class. So they had to go to a different one.
Oh,
Also, in Spanish, a way of expressing frustration typically includes something's mother or just a hypothetical mother being insulted. Oh, that's quite common in British slang as well. Like, a lot of people will insult your nan or your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
because in Spanish, there's a saying that every single time something goes wrong. Like, you know that everybody in English just tends to say fuck?
Yeah.
So we have one that's kind of it, but it's like mentioning your mother is like "sea la madre," which would be it doesn't translate well. It's more like it had to be my mother or something like that.
It kind of translates.
Like in Welsh, you'd know if somebody was speaking about your mom because you would say "mam." Mam is basically mom. And mother. I have Reese's peanut butter cups for Christmas.
Yum.
But they're double wrapped, which makes no sense.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Reese's have been ruined to me thanks to Twitter because they keep posting the ones that are filled with like beans.
Oh god.
I'm like,
ew.
I only ever really eat Reese's peanut butter cups around Christmas time because we get them in a Christmas hamper.
I don't know.
For my partner's sister. My partner actually likes them a bit more than I do, but for Christmas, I will eat them. I'm not a big peanut butter fan, but I do like peanut butter and jam sandwiches, or for overseas people and other people know it as PB&J, peanut butter and jelly.
Wait, Christmas hamper?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
What?
So basically, a Christmas hamper is... So a hamper is essentially like a box or a basket filled with a lot of food, drinks, and treats, right? So my partner's sister.
Oh, a hamper for me is like clothes.
Yeah.
Clothes.
Yes.
You cannot. That is also a term for a laundry hamper or basket.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what?
Yeah. So it can mean a lot of things. So hamper can actually mean, laundry basket, or it can be another word for a picnic basket, right? Or essentially like a box of treats. So like
I didn't know about that half. I just knew about hamper being like a laundry thing.
Yeah. So my partner's sister every Christmas makes like family members a box each. Like I've had like 2 hampers this year. I had like myself and like my mother-in-law, we both got like a pamper hamper, we say, and it's filled with like shower stuff, bath stuff, and like a bottle of wine and stuff, and fluffy socks and stuff. So something like, for taking care of yourself, like a smelly set. And then as a joint present for me and my partner, we got the snack hamper, which means it includes like pop. It also included the necklace from The Witcher for my partner, because I had a pamper hamper, so he's got like the Witcher necklace in there, along with a shit ton of like snacks, like crisps, shit ton of Reese's peanut butter cups. And we only ever really get those at Christmas time, so it's like super tasty. And we're there just like dividing up like what snacks we want out of it together, because there's some stuff I don't like usually the crisps are more like spicy stuff. So crisps for most people are what chips are to you.
At least it's not like the egg chips.
Oh yeah, but they're more like spicy, like Pringles or Doritos, and I don't particularly like spicy things, so I will give them to my partner who likes spicy. And there's always something for each of us to enjoy, and she'll buy like 2 of the same thing. We got Hershey's as well. Like we only get those at Christmas time. Like there's a Hershey's cookies and cream chocolate bar. I only ever eat them at Christmas, because it's more of an American snack, There was a nice one I got, I think the year before. It was like a strawberries and cream Hershey's bar. Definitely like one of my favorite ones. Like those are nice.
I can't do white chocolate. White chocolate makes my teeth hurt for some reason.
It's in the back of the throat for me for the white one. I'm just like, ugh. It's a weird, definitely more of a weird situation. Yeah. But yeah, if I butcher it, let me know. So puta madre. Puta is puta is
that's whore. Whore mother.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Puta madre. I was like, I've heard that one before.
Yeah, that's your whore mother.
Oh my god. You say about my mom? But hey, your mom's gotta have needs. Don't judge. That's a legit career path. It's a legit career path.
I love that one. Your mother has needs. That's a new one.
Like back in the day, it's understandable because it's like you can't insult my mom like this, and now you can just go, yes, so what? So what if she's got an OnlyFans or whatever? She's got needs. It's like if it puts food on the table.
I can't know. You're killing me.
I know. I love it. Oh my god. Ray should not be trusted. I'm not even drunk. This is just brain filter farts. Oh my god. This is just like this should be like Nozomi thinks. This is like what's on Nozomi's mind? This is I need to do that. I'm just gonna like do that one day. Obviously, with the talk show coming up, like chat and everyone
honestly,
will have,
now from now on, if somebody says tu puta madre, I'm gonna literally say my mom has needs.
Yeah. It's like it's
I'm still gonna use that.
It's a valid job.
It's like you insult my mother, you'll get that tantala.
Chancla.
Chancla.
Yeah, that
Chancla.
one. Well, I can't say things.
Yeah, CHA is a ch sound. It's pretty much the same thing as you do with SH.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
The more you know, yes, it's like yeah. In this modern day of 2022 going into 2023, you gotta put. There are plenty of moms that I know who have an OnlyFans. Okay, like as a side gig, for them it's like it helps top up the bills, and I'm like, hey, that is fine. You do you. Rock your mom bod. People like it. Because if not, they wouldn't pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like there's a TikTok I saw where a guy was interviewing a woman about she has a feet picture job, right? She literally sells pictures of her feet. And
they took my ex-partner to do that, like sell pictures of your feet. I'm like, I've seen people and I've known people, but honestly, even I find that certain obsessions are oof.
Yeah,
just, wow.
To each your own. Like, honestly, if you've got that fetish, by all means. Personally, it is not my thing. Feet terrify me. But like this woman in 1 month, she made like £24,000 just from selling feet pictures. And I was like, this guy lost his mind. He just went, oh, do you make that much a year? He literally asked
Let's not even go that far. Yeah. Let's not even go that far. You remember this girl that was literally selling a lot of her lewds, and she started selling her bath water, and it's sold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There are people out there who will do that, and I'm like, okay. You do what you need to get by. And it's one of those, if you know the market, and you're okay with doing that sort of job, they will, all the power to them. Empowerment.
You know why I could never?
Why?
Because the thought of literally this staying there forever, and into a certain sense, you might think that, oh yeah, no, I stopped. I have no more. This lasts forever once it's in there.
Yeah, like the internet is forever.
I've seen stories of adult stars that they've been trying to get away out of their adult life for years, and it still to this day follows them.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, I definitely think, obviously, I'm not like, encouraging you to pursue this lifestyle, but if it's like a career path you have thought about, please think about...
Your privacy will never be the same.
Please think about every little detail. Many things will change, and once you get into the circle, it can be extremely hard to get out. So, if you want to go into any sort of work down that line, do think a lot about things like, there's a lot of stuff people don't talk about. You'll get creepy fans, you will get stalkers.
Stalkers.
It is literally a
home invasions. Home invasions is normal.
A lot of people don't tend to think about it. They just go, they've got the body for it, and this goes for all genders, all sexual orientations. It is a career you need to think long and hard about, just like any other job you're going to go to. Yes, it will pay the bills.
Even here.
It will pay you the bills, but think very hard like how you want to do it, because, I've also seen the fact that people sell their underwear to people.
Yeah.
And you have to be keeping an open mind of the fact that, it's not all rainbows and sunshine. It's not just going to be a fat paycheck in your account every month. And I fully support anyone who does go down that line of work.
You know how I see it, Nozomi?
Mm-hmm.
If you're willing to live with yourself, that let's say you quit it all this whole, like you did this through your 20s to your 40s.
Yeah.
You quit.
Yeah.
And then you're at your 60s, 70s, and you find that this person has bought your personals and has them on their wall link. That would disturb me after even though that long.
That's what I said. It's definitely a thing to think about, as I always tell people. And I fully support everybody's line of work if they want to do that, because
everybody has a wish to do anything. I'm making comments. So I want to clear that up too. Yeah, everybody has the intention to do whatever they want to do, whatever you want to become, as long as you're comfortable with it. But this type of line of work, your privacy's gone. It does not exist anymore, guys. You're selling your privacy. It's same as you're selling your underwear, your pictures,
It's also the same with with parasocial relationships. So content creators, for example, there's a big issue I've seen on TikTok, especially for face cam people. So if you are actually showing your actual face on your videos, your streams, whatever content you're uploading, people who consume your content seem to not understand the link between a parasocial relationship very well. It's a case of, we do put content out for you to enjoy, and we are ever so thankful for that. But some people tend to take it too far. They seem to have an opinion on who said creators can and can't be friends with, who said creators can and cannot date. God forbid you're a gorgeous content creator. There was one content creator on TikTok I recently found. She's just become a mom, right? And I'm so happy for her. Her child's beautiful and everything. She's also a single mom. That's her business, what happened between her and her partner. But people literally bashed her, saying how she has lost value since having a kid. And the thing is, that is not the case. As a parent myself, that adds more to your value as a person. But the thing is, in the parasocial relationship aspect, you absorb and view our content. We show you what we want to show you. We invite you into our spaces. You support your creators by obviously, sharing their stuff, liking their stuff, donating to them, paying them, subscribing, buying their merch. But it doesn't, just because, say, you have gifted somebody a sub, or you have released the Jellies Bestie, of course. Just because you have subscribed to somebody or bought some of their merchandise, it doesn't mean you can literally tell them what they can do with their time away from the screen. You can't tell them you can't have a boyfriend, or a girlfriend, or a partner. You can't be a parent. You can't do this. Because
don't go too far, Nozomi. That's been happening for a long time. Every single time a new series comes out. Yeah. How weird is it that the cast always ends up dating? Why? Because people fucking force it.
Oh yeah.
And the company forces it.
I've had disappointment. I've literally I've dealt with people in my own Twitter DMs who I've had to block and report because I'm not a single dragon, and it's a case of I make that very clear. I'm very transparent about that. It's a case of I am in a happy relationship outside of my stream. That is my business. I've had, people claiming they can do better. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. You only see and hear what I put out to you. Like, I don't show my face to you. You hear my voice. You hear my streams. You interact with me, and you compliment my stuff. But you don't, unless you're paying me as a sponsor to do a certain stream, or if you're a fan, because I actually have that set up on in my About Me, you'll actually see I'm part of a special creator group where people can pay to suggest content I cover, and things like that. But unless you're paying my bills, you don't get to control how I am as a streamer.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I'm always grateful for any support I get, because I mentioned this to Paolo. I don't give chat an amount that they're meant to reach to. Yes, as I want to be able to get all the stuff I need for my PC setup. But I'm not an ass to demand money off fans for their engagement, because, that is their money to spend, Like, even though people are like, you're a great content creator and I really want to support you, I always make sure that they're 100% certain that is the money that is the person they want to spend their money on. You
want to know a secret about me, Nozomi? That is why I never mention like that I have a throne and Amazon, anything like that. Yeah. Because honestly, people have gifted me stuff, and honestly, to me, yes, you can give me stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. It is amazing. But honestly, for me, the little bits of your time, like just the little bits of your time is more valuable than anything, guys.
Yeah.
Even on a job, your time is what's actually paying your bills. They're paying you for your time.
That's right. Yeah, that's essentially like what, and I also am trying to obviously make this a full-time career, but at the same time, I know the struggle of it, but it's also an internal battle. Like, I've been meeting, obviously, with my work coach regularly, and going forward, and he's like, hey, you need to get out of that mindset that you feel guilty that someone is paying you, because what you're putting out is, good content to people. They find that is worth the money. Like, and if they want to support you into getting better equipment, getting better sponsors, getting better deals, pushing your content, pushing your algorithm, he's even told me, like, I am my biggest weapon. I am my, like, biggest downfall, because my self-confidence has always not been good. And since joining everybody, like, becoming a VTuber, I'm starting to learn to appreciate myself a bit more. And, essentially, it does help towards the bills. It does help towards bettering the stream, because I make sure everything that I get from you guys goes into bettering the content and the streams, so I can deliver, 10 times more, like, effort and pizzazz into my streams. Hello, Jack, darling. How are you, sweet pea? Like, for me, I was pretty much very confused, like, when I woke up, obviously, Boxing Day after Christmas, because, all you guys, most of you who were there probably knew I got drunk. But I got generally confused when I checked my throne. Apparently, I'd said thank you a bunch of times to people who supported me on Christmas, but I didn't remember much of it till I checked my Twitch and, like, my throne emails in the morning. I was like, I got gifts? I got money? What is going on? And, that money doesn't come in, obviously, till January, but, like, that is money I'm trying to save towards, like, better setup for my PCs, which, is coming earlier than I thought, I'm good, and I'm good, I'm great, Jack. Thank you, sweet pea. Jack made a really nice comment in Discord today for me. They were so happy that they found me as a creator. That shit touched my heart, like, so much. I was like, I'm glad I'm not in a VC with someone, because I was tearing the fuck up. Like, it was honestly, to me, that's, like, so precious. I'm like, and I'm getting better with my self-confidence, like, much better. But, like, yeah, I didn't put, like, a goal for my, essentially a fundraiser because it is going towards equipment to better my job, you know, and this is my job, you know. It's slow paying, but it's my job, you know, and I'm working towards being like a writer. I really like you so much. Thank you, Jack. I like you too, sweetie. You're absolutely precious. Like Jack was like top of the leaderboard at Christmas. Bless them. Like they even beat Inge. Like
wow, beating Inge is a feat.
Yeah, like it was like 52, I think, and then Inge was 50 because Inge's saving up for a trip to London, which, you know, that is awesome. Highly recommend going. Be prepared, it's busy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like kind of like if I put like a bar up, like I feel like that I'm expecting chat to do that. Like it's like, no, it's up there. You've got to like fill the bar up. And I'm just like, you know, that's one of the reasons I struggle with the idea of like donathons and subathons, because I worry that it's taking advantage of people, even though it's like a parasocial relationship again. Like, I'm the content creator and they're there to support you as well, you know. And it's not just views and stuff. Like, yeah, the money helps us, even though like we tell you please spend responsibly. As you do, like, it's one of those, we tell you to please spend
not
responsibly.
Not like they listen anyway.
Yeah, but it's always please, it's like spend responsibly, but at the same time at home we're like planning out our budgets when you guys spoil us, because yeah, I was 52, Inge was around 40, yeah, but it goes towards literally the new streams. Like, I've been trying to save up to obviously get the new PC set up so I can make better content for everybody. Like, I've got a lot of plans behind the scenes that I'm doing for everybody, which things like I will be reading out my own writings. I will be hosting a big VTuber like talk show, which doesn't just benefit me, that benefits so many other creators. It allows chat to bring questions forth to their favorite creators that they may not get a chance to ask because they feel intimidated to ask privately, or they fear that their comments are going to get swept up in chat, you know. And I make it a point to make sure I notice each and every one of you in the chat. You know, I remember every one of my regulars, including all the new people who turn up, and they get just as much as love as someone who has been here from the very start. Oh, Jack, honey! Oh,
wow!
Jack's hit. Oh my goodness, Jack, darling, thank you. Oh my goodness,
I got one.
You got one too. Yeah, 3 months now.
Bunny Bay got 2.
Oh my god, Jack. Hey yo, Gwynno got one. Gwyn got one.
Hubby 2.
Oh, Jack, you absolutely precious darling. Thank you so much.
Hubby got one too.
Oh, hubby's gonna be ecstatic. You should just DM him later, Circus. Go, look, you got loved on. You got one, buddy.
Get loved on, fool.
Hubby. Oh, Levi got one too. Jaguar. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Jag. Oh, I'm super happy. You guys are keeping Santa busy all the way till New Year. I'm gonna have to dig up my my old lovely like gifts and stuff again once Christmas is going. I might keep the snow on for everybody because I think everybody likes the snow. Oh, Jack, you're so sweet. But yeah, that's gonna go toward the PC stuff, so I'm super excited for that. Thank you, honey. Oh, you got one to Jin. Oh, my little Jin curry. Oh my goodness. The snow does look good, thank you. Like, I spent ages trying to find that for Christmas time, and I was like, holy hell. But I have got like a packed schedule for this week as well, so that's gonna be super fun. You know, because I'm having New Year's Day off, because that is spent with family this year. So I'm like super happy. Like, I get today and tomorrow with you lovelies here. Then what day is it today? Are we on Tuesday or Wednesday? Is it Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday will be streams here. Thursday, I'm doing a collab stream with Mr. Lion over on his channel. So that's going to be super fun. Friday, I'll be here with Hikari doing more folklore and Japanese Duolingo. And then Saturday, so New Year's Eve, I will be spending it with my darling Sakura, because it is her, I got a lovely invite in my DMs to attend her New Year's stream. I felt really honored. I got a fancy invite in my DMs. I was like she did, like, created it and everything. I was like, hell yeah, I'm fucking RSVP, and I felt really honored because Sakura is a very, good one. Thank you for the care package, Rage. Posture check and stretches and drinks, guys.
Hi, Rage. How are you, sweetie?
Oh, stretchies. Thank you. But yeah, oh my god, you guys are absolutely so nice. But I'm also thinking of doing like voice note commissions for people as well. You had a long day, honey? Oh dear. I'm hoping my stream can relax you a bit and hype you up at the same time. We're all crazy here. we're all kind of crazy here. I see my mod Crumbs is around too. My darling wifey. Precious. Very good artist.
No, to me. No, Crumbs isn't very sus. They keep getting imposter in Among Us.
Oh god, I saw their recent artwork. Of course, Jack, your Yoshi sound. Losu. There you go, honey. I swear to God, like, if I open up voice commissions, Jack's just gonna be like, I need to commission a Yoshi noise on repeat.
Yes, please.
Just so they have their own personal Yoshi.
I could talk to a friend. They can actually set you up a Yoshi Mlem on a voice, and it's just a command for chat.
Yeah, like but like I was thinking of, like, because a lot of people like my validations and stuff, so like I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying. It could be done.
Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe setting it up on my Ko-fi or is it Ko-fi?
Ko-fi.
Ko-fi, yeah, on my Ko-fi. Maybe
Ko-fi.
Yeah, or Fiverr, one of those two. I might set up my voice note commissions just so, you guys have a little piece of Nozomi with you.
You could set it up as like alert noises too.
That would be awesome. I could definitely do that. I sound awesome. That's gonna sound amazing. We're still waiting for my new emotes to like be like reviewed. I will get the Yoshi one, definitely. Honestly, I think I will start putting that in the works, honestly. Because I am a voice actor as well, which is super fun. And my manager's like, you need to charge for your time. I know you like to be nice to your friends. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, stop giving people friends discounts. He's like, £5 is not a lot of money. He's like, don't give them any less than that. He's like, it's one of those things
I love your work crew.
Yeah, it's like a lot of my work crew are basically like, Nozomi, know your fucking worth.
Yeah.
It's a big thing for me. But I honestly absolutely love the support. Like, Jack, you're fucking precious and I adore you, honey. Just absolutely.
Yeah, no, you're lucky. My crew doesn't give a fuck what I do with my money.
But all the support I get, I'm literally putting into making great content for you guys. I'm also, when I do get my PC, I'm going to be putting little stream avatars at the bottom so you guys can interact a lot more. There'll be sounds and stuff like that. I will get a bonk for you, Hikari. Because I know you've been asking for one, so, I'm still learning every day how to do this. Like, I set up my scenes pretty much myself with the help of Google. I give spoil to people I like. Honey, you're absolutely adorable. And I feel honored.
If you ever want, like, pointers, I can show you some stuff, like how I set up my streams and whatnot.
Yeah. We can run by notes, because I'm helping you set up your affiliate paperwork and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Oh my god.
Like it's tedious, honestly, but like once it's set up and it takes in effect, like you should be fine. Like I think if we set it up Friday, it's gonna be good. You might not get the first payment for January because that happened with me.
Right.
Hello, Jin. How are you doing, darling?
I was like having to explain all this to my mother. I was like, I may get money eventually, but like I don't know how much. I don't know like how it works, but
I've explained that to my mom. My mom is very confused. Bless her soul.
Because like she can see my PayPal, so like I'll have to tell her like, hey, this is where this is gonna come from. This is what it is, because like I have like Discord off of there, stuff like that. So she's like, what is this purchase? What did you get? What is this? What is that?
So and how are you? And how are you, chat? I am doing very well, Jin. Thank you. How are you doing, darling? But definitely yes. Like my mom, she's very confused about a lot of stuff, but when she saw my new model and stuff when she took me out for breakfast, she thought it was absolutely cool, and she pretty much asked what I do, and she's like, what, people pay you to do that? Because she came over Christmas Eve, and she actually got to watch through some of my VODs and stuff. She actually saw the Duolingo one that we did with Welsh. She actually got to see that one, and she was like, it's really cool. Her first comment, though, was because of how I sound. I sound similar to someone she knows as well. And she goes, why do you sound like Jamie? And I'm like, who the hell is Jamie? I was like, I don't know who the hell this person is. But
I know that my parents won't be watching, but like they know what I do, and I showed my mom at least like the artwork of my character and my logo and like all this stuff.
I don't talk about my parents.
Your art and logo is amazing. Like honestly, it's a new type of like career path and thing that people do now, because you know it's not just face cameras and face views. It's a case of we have our own stories to tell. We bring a lot of joy to people. And my mum was like how much money do you make off this? And I've told her a bit of like how some people have like spoiled me and stuff. And she was like, are you the sugar mama of the house now? I was like, apparently.
I love this expression.
Yep.
Oh, perfect expression.
I'm glad to hear that, Zomi. I'm doing good. Hope stream is going very well. I'm working towards I'm grinding toward the new PC setup, which should be happening in the next like couple of days or so, and so forth. So it's all hands on deck for me. I'm like pushing out streams this week, to save more money for the setup and everything. Oh, thank you, Jin. I appreciate it. Oh, you need to respond to me on Twitter. I demand that blank copy of that thing for New Year on Twitter. I'll come for your knees. As I do. But
get those kneecaps.
I know. But yeah, back to Bulgaria. Again, if I butcher languages, do please let me know. I don't want to offend anybody.
You're fine.
Oh, I replied, thank you, honey. I will be checking that after my stream today. Which I can't wait. Because that's a cute little trend. I'll tag you in it, Hikari, as well later. So you might enjoy doing that. And you, Circus. You guys will like doing it. It's like a New Year's 2022 bingo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's super cool. Like, I like some of the bingos that go around. Some are very sus.
Yeah. But the reason why I'm not talking about my parents is mostly my parents have never been much involved in my stuff.
No.
Never. Like, I've been a DJ for 6 years. They've never gone to a single show in my life. I've been a stage announcer for 3 years. They never went to a single show. Like, my parents are not even involved in my life, and I try to keep them away from them. Because honestly, my parents can be very judgy.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they know I stream. They know what I do. But to their brain just means like, oh, he's just wasting his time playing video games.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like, unless you've experienced the community and done it.
Yeah.
It's one thing to play video games with friends, but it's also another thing to basically bringing the world to see you.
We're entertainers.
Yeah, like for me, I've always wanted to. For me, I thought my dream of being a voice actor and stuff was crushed when I had a back injury back in college, which means I had to pull out of the second year of performing arts. Good night, Jack. Sleep well, sweet pea. Thank you for the gift, subbies. But basically, like, in order to get to university to do the voice acting courses I wanted to do, I had to obviously pass the second year of my performing arts to get enough credits from college to go to uni. Because of the back injury I had 10 years ago in dance, I had to be pulled from the program because the doctor said if I continued to dance, I could permanently damage my spine. And that was really, really hard for me because I just there was this time where I just didn't know what to do with myself. You know, I like to write, so of course I would write, but I'd never publish any of my stuff at the time because I didn't feel I was good enough, because I was like, oh, something bad's just gonna fucking happen again. And then I met like people, and they would ask me to do a couple voices sometimes, and they said, you're really good at this. You should definitely become like a voice actor, especially a VTuber. You're so really good with people. And I'm at a point where I can start making this. Like, this has become my reality now. I've never been like happier within myself and my own talents than I am now. Like, even though I have low self-confidence, I'm doing something I love to do. Like, every day people are engaging with me, they're praising my content, new people are coming all the time, and you know, it's leading to better opportunities, you know, which again will lead to sponsorships, and you know, hopefully voicing. Like, I want to be able to voice my own anime character at some point for a series, and I want somebody
anime characters? No, video game. And video That's games. Where the true money is.
And video games.
That's where the true money is.
For me, I want... One of my biggest things is I would love to be on a panel at a convention one time, and for somebody to go, oh my god, you're the voice of so-and-so. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is, right? To me. And to me as well, it's especially heartwarming if a little kid does it as well. Because if a little kid just hears the voice and go, oh my god, you voiced this character. And it would melt my heart because it's something
I didn't find out.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I never found out that my favorite voice actor was also one of my favorite characters from a lot of series that I used to watch.
Yeah.
She voices Naruto. She voices a few actual animes that are currently running right now.
Yeah.
And I used to love her in Lab Rats.
Yeah.
In Disney.
Yeah.
Because she used to play the principal. She's the English voice of Naruto.
Yeah, one of the voice actors I look up to a lot is Steve Bloom. So he is.
Oh, I love him.
He has voiced so many characters that I grew up with as well, and I actually got to have the honor, thanks to the connections of like
Mine's Tara Strong,
of the casting call club and stuff like that for voice actors. I was able to get a reservation to sit into one of his seminars, and like, he is such a down-to-earth man. Like, it was a virtual like video seminar, and it was invite only. There was select spots, and they would go pretty quickly, so I was able to snag a time, and it was the best and most educational 45 minutes I've ever sat through. And I did not leave my chair. I was so enamored. And even now, I still get emails, he emails a bunch of the people who obviously are invested in stuff and like have shown up and stuff. Like, he'll email you tips about voice acting, and oh my god. Like, I felt so blessed.
Awesome.
But I have a lot of idols, though, especially as well in the VTuber community, and they just go, "The fuck are you idolizing me for?" And I'm like, "These are my people."
I've met a couple voice actors myself as well. So it's
really I have cool. Too.
Like, I'm by no means professional, but I'm expected to obviously act professional, but I'm still very much an amateur voice actress. You know? And I'm self-taught. Like, I don't have as much experience as a lot of people. Like, I've done performing arts since I was a kid. I've done, I did a lot of stuff in drama at school. And then I did a lot of, like, stuff in college. Like, I had to sing one song in musical theatre in an American accent. We did a Bugsy Malone piece. And I learned a lot of stuff about myself, and I've been picking up accents from all my friends as well, which is fun. Yeah, I've been picking up accents from a lot of people. Like, if I hear a very strong accent for a while, there was a time where I just copy it for hours, and that's how I've learned a couple of stuff. It's one of the reasons Mr. Pinkerton exists. Like, Mr. Pinkerton exists for that reason. And you learn stuff you're good at from... I just practice a lot. And a lot of people just seem to like my natural voice anyway as well, so I'm just like, oh, damn.
That's good. Yeah. So you find that little simpleness in what you do, that's always good. Because I'll tell you this, I've seen a lot of people that don't even see that in themselves.
Yeah, it's something I am working on.
And it's sad.
Yeah, I'm definitely working on it. But like, yes.
I will tell you, I've been around for so long that I will tell you this. Don't give up. Don't ever find the negative side of it. And you will see darkness, but you should never stop, because I've seen people grow in one day. Like, I've seen people reach affiliate in one day.
I think it took me a week to get my affiliate. I grinded.
Took me 2 years.
I grinded and I got it to a week. But what I did before that is I made connections with people and their communities. And a lot of people think that if I just put stuff out there and stream, people will come. Make the time to support the other creators in your community. Take the time to engage, ask for tips. You will be so surprised by how many people want to see you succeed as well. It's not like a dog-eat-dog world. Like, it is, but it isn't. The amount of, like, the amount of small streamers I've seen who get so much support, like Elysian and everyone have supported me so much. I was like, holy shit. Like,
I met a streamer that he would literally use his entire community just to get his friends over to affiliate. Right now, his friends are way in front of him. Way in front. And he doesn't care.
No.
To him, he reached his goal by helping his friends get to affiliate.
I think that's really sweet.
Right now, there's friends that, like, he helped in less than, like, a week. And right now, they're hitting 80 to 90 people straight.
Like, I'm slowly trying to push myself as well to partner as well, but I've got everything except 75 consecutive, like, chatters and viewers.
You'll get there.
Like, that is the only thing holding me back to be a partner, is the viewers. So I'm still, pushing myself. I advertise myself a lot. I'm hoping more people will turn up eventually, but I take it as it comes. Even if I get, like, just a couple people, I don't mind. I'm always happy having people here. That means that at least one person likes me. That, for me, one will grow to 2 and many more. But at the same time, I can't force people to come like my content, because that goes against my principles,
Yep.
So,
yeah, go on.
Oh, I honestly didn't even think I would reach where I'm at right now.
I'm so proud of you, honey. I really am.
Insane. And like, if I even stay affiliate, like, I don't mind. Like, I never even thought of reaching partner, and if I don't, I really don't care. Like,
I set high expectations for myself.
Feels like it's good enough.
Like, I've already had friends who reach partner, and I will tell you this: it's a luxury. It's a goal. It's a really good goal.
Yeah.
But it's a goal that you have to keep striving for, because once you lose your partnership, you have to re-sign up for it, and then after that, you still got to keep fighting for it, because into a certain sense, you might not re-get it again, even though you were with them, let's say, like 3, 6, 7 months.
Yeah.
Like, you might not get it again.
Right.
Partnerships come and go all the time.
It's a goal. Like, I like to give myself high expectations, because then I know I can do better. Because, again, I'm my own critic. So for me, it's a case of that is the goal. And even when we hit the goal, we still keep going. Like, you know, I have a lot of goals I want to achieve, but it all starts somewhere. I always tell people it is baby steps, and it is okay if it takes a while. You know, it's okay if there are mistakes. I was telling Hikari today, even the big partnered streamers, they can still have tech issues. Shit still happens. You know?
Yeah.
And ain't no stream without scuff.
Oh no, like we had scuff today.
That's why that line exists. I've seen streamers, like high number streamers that have been at this for years, and they still get scuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just learning.
Really sucks.
And plus with the community, like I was literally like in call with Hikari today, so like, but I was also at the same time running around, like I was on my phone, like I was doing the audio testing while I was in the bathroom. I was running around while she was fixing stuff. I was like, okay, listening in on my phone to make sure that she was getting the correct feedback. And I was like, I even nearly fell on the stairs a bit coming down. I was rushing around everywhere.
I felt so bad.
Oh, honey, I didn't care. I was like, the fuck is this happening again? I was like, damn it. I was like, I'll fucking sort this shit out. And we got there eventually.
I think the problem was, like, it updated, so it, like, screwed with all my settings, and I had to reset things.
Yeah, that's always the case. Like, so every time that they do shitty updates, I'm always there scrutinizing it. And even when I have new people join in, like, I will add them in midstream. Like, it's a case of, hey, you know, more the merrier. People are always welcome and shit. But it's a case of, you're gonna see me faff about with shit, you know? You know, I had to be taught how to make Inge, you know, VIP and stuff like that. Like, midstream, I was like, you know, Crumbs was nice enough to set up my throne and my Discord, like, things. And I need to get the Twitter one set up and everything at some point. To get all that done. I need to ask Crumbs to help me explain that at some point. But yeah, it's super, like, fun for me. Like, yeah, issues with stream sometimes, can be annoying and frustrating, but I think that's what makes it real. It also gives viewers a sense of realness. So we're not all perfect. We're really not. No, not one person in the world is perfect. You could even be a fucking saint. You could be, you know, someone of the church or a high standing person. You could be a doctor. You could be whatever. It doesn't mean you're perfect. You know, everybody has had issues, you know, people like go through life, you know, at least wanting to be a good person and just be themselves. But for me, it's a case of like, I know I'm not perfect. To someone, I might be perfect, but I know I'm like, please, don't humble me. You know, like, be realistic. You know?
Part of my problem is being a perfectionist and OCD and stuff like that, so it doesn't really help me. Like, that's one of my flaws.
That's one of the reasons why I'm always there to reassure you about it. I'm like, hey, it is fine, and I will go above and beyond. I will fall downstairs for this woman. Like, I literally did not care. I was literally, like, I told people before I was hopped off, like, to muted myself. I was like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, order food, but I was there in chat on her stream just going, no, they need to shout my name. I made the guest like try and shout my name while I was on the toilet because I was like, we need to hear the audio, and I was like fixing shit. I was like, I will go above and beyond for, you know, anybody who wants to like get stuff right. It's like, hey, shit happens. I'm like, it's not the end of the fucking world. I don't care if I'm on the toilet. I will fucking help you out. I don't care. You know, I was rushing downstairs. I slipped, fell down the last few stairs, got back to sit down, and they're like, "You okay there?"
Oh my god!
And I'm like, "I'm good. I'm good."
And it was greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm. And in the end, it was such a
very
fun
grateful.
stream. It was literally just an amazing experience.
Honestly, I think that was the most fun I've had in probably a year.
Like, the amount of laughter we had, like, honestly, it was such a good vibe. And obviously, again, when
I've had more better times in your stream than I've had with a lot of people this year.
I'm really glad, though. I'm happy that people enjoy spending time, like, with me. Like, what got me was when Reaper goes, "Oh, you were like Reaper and Intro both were like, you were serious about your Christmas invitation?" I said, all my invitations are fucking serious. I said, I am more than happy having you come hang out with me. And it's like a weird thing. They go, I just feel a mix of honor, but they don't also understand. They're like, oh, you're serious. They didn't think it was just like a formality. I'm like, oh, hell no, it's serious. Like, that's, you know, I welcome all people, you know, to come vibe and hang out. Like, it's always appreciated, you know?
Yeah.
You know, at least you have that people that believe you. I've already stopped asking people because people don't want to believe me, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you were joking." I'm like, "No,
yeah,
I need the help."
Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah. No, I can't talk about it to myself. I already talked to myself enough. It's annoying.
It's a nice thing. Like for me, like. Even little bun messages like, is it okay if I come on your stream sometime? I said, let me know your schedule. Like, literally, let me know your days. If I'm streaming on a free day of yours, you're always welcome, you know? I let people know my time schedule, and I'm like, hey, I'm streaming this day, this time. Are you good to come join me? And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, did I stutter? like, it's one of those, it's a nice feeling, to be honest. For me, I want everybody to shine. Like, even though, like, I want to do so well myself, and I have my own goals, and I want to be the best I can be, I still want to make other people seen and heard. And I also enjoy hanging out with everybody because I enjoy, like, spending time with people. Like,
yeah, same here.
I don't have many, like, outside friends away from the online community. So, basically, like, you guys are, like, really close to me. You're, like, family to me. Most of you are, they treat me like family. And it's just so much hype. Like, Reaper is one of those, he just gushes about everything I do. He's like, you're just absolutely so precious. But it also breaks my heart.
I love Reaper's comments.
Because for me, it's like, outside of, like, my space, people aren't being treated the way they should be treated. Like, for me, it's a case of, you know, it breaks my heart when they tell me about how crappy their situations are or how lonely they've been. And I'm like, if my couple of hour streams can make you feel seen and appreciated as a person, by all means, come hang out while I make content. Like, I thrive for this shit. Like, I'm working my ass off, and obviously when I get my PC, I'm going to be introducing things like Cult of the Lamb, where I'm going to obviously have all you babies in my cult, because that shit, I love it.
You gotta be careful with Cult of Lamb. A lot of creatures in there have a fetish of eating shit.
Yes, there's also, like, fun games. Like, I got to play today with Hikari, Mr. Lion, and Zach. Like, that shit was so much fun. Like,
we're gonna set up for Uno.
Oh my god, I'm a kill people.
Oh my god.
I've warned them ahead of time. I'm not nice. You know, I'm not nice when it comes to board games. I said, please don't ever play Monopoly with me.
Just wait until we get to the Batsu games.
Oh yes, Hikari wants to introduce Batsu games. So, like, whomever loses rounds has to do a punishment or a punishment in a sense, whether it be like you have to talk in a certain voice for like a round, or you have to give
I would love to be tortured. Mist?
or you could...
Well, good morning, Mist.
Or you could like tag a certain creator on Twitter or give them a voice note or something like that, and I'm just like, hell yeah, that sounds so much fun.
Like come up with a voice tweet that they have to say, or like give them a tweet that they have to tweet out, or make them change their profile picture or something.
Yeah. Like there's been a couple of sussy tweets that came from Hikari as well. There's been ones like where we had to have like context. It was like and Hikari's like, I'm gonna type those out on Twitter, and she'd type them out on Twitter. I'm like, ma'am, what the hell? I feel outed. And then Lion would just tag me in them. I'm like, god damn.
I feel exposed.
Yeah.
That was great.
Like,
one of them got really popular.
Funny thing, whenever chat takes control of your Twitter, it ends up going popular for some reason.
Yeah.
Mine got really popular.
And then you've got like, oh yeah, let's make Nozomi just not have, you know, her glasses or anything like that. The other was a case of Christmas. It was a case
just
of
part of it.
Christmas was like, you know, the hype train happened, and it's like, hey, if she gets like to level 8, you know, I happily agree to do like another shot. I might have been drunk, but like people got me to like, I think it was level 10, and I was like, damn, you guys like to see me suffer.
And I told Nozomi this. I have a list.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list.
It's a list, all right.
Super exciting and super entertaining and funny.
I'm
honestly
honestly looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. Hello, Mist. How are you, darling?
Oh, good, sweetheart. I hear torture and I'm like, interested.
I hope you're being well behaved, young lady.
I am. Since we got the new rules this morning, we've been a little bit more intrigued about them, because we don't trust our host to literally let us go that easy.
Yeah, that's good. Progress. Baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to get the gold noodle stars as well for Hikari at some point, and just give everybody gold stars.
Yes, I am a good noodle.
For me, we need to make black stars, which is the naughty noodle.
I'm gonna get naughty noodle stars and good noodle stars.
I'm a good noodle through and through. I am not a naughty noodle.
Ma'am, you were
I'll be naughty all the way.
You were my guest on my Smash or Pass stream. You're not 100% angel, honey.
Okay, I'll take it.
But like, I also want to be able to get like my chat to be able to decide what new redeems come and go. Like for Christmas, Lion decided a Christmas Carol one was needed, so I had that just for Christmas. But like. The good redeems were a suggestion from chat as well, the good pronoun. And I'm like, okay, give chat what they want, honestly. And it's not out of my comfort zone. I don't mind, because again, I'm a voice actress. It's good practice for me as well, which I appreciate. I'm like, okay, but like, I might open it up on Twitter for questions, like what redeems would they like to see and things like that. Which will be fun.
I can't wait to set up my redeems.
Oh, I'll help you.
I have so many ideas.
Yeah, I'll help you, honey. So, okay, we've been having a fun gossip for like 2 hours.
I am so sorry. We have not been on subject for 2 hours.
Honestly, I love the energy. The energy is like super nice.
Why is it every time I'm here, we barely get anything done in subject?
So before we begin with Bulgaria, because it is Bulgarian, a story.
Okay.
My husband used to work at a store where he had a Bulgarian customer.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he ended up speaking to him in Bulgarian.
Oh wow.
And he was like, you have no idea what I said, do you? And he said no. And he said, I really like the way you look today.
Oh my god.
And He was like, "It's okay. I'm Bulgarian. I'm allowed to fly that way." Or no, wait, I'm like Bulgarian or European or something like that. He said, "I'm allowed to fly that way because I'm Bulgarian."
Oh my god, yeah.
Wow.
It was so funny. Anyway, yes. I wanted to share that story because we were talking about Bulgaria.
Yeah. So as you know, obviously, I say the festive period when I talk about like Christmas and other stuff, because not, again, everybody celebrates Christmas, or it is celebrated very differently in many other countries. Some festive stuff can start as early as November and run straight to January. So, between like November, December, and January, the world celebrates different things, instead of just on Christmas Day. But, some countries still do a little something for Christmas, but not all of them. So I'm trying my best to incorporate as many as I can. I overcompensate with research. I really do. I always have way too much research than I can get through, but I'm I want to be as thorough as I can.
No, you're good.
So in Bulgaria, Christmas is celebrated on December 25th. Many countries in Eastern Europe celebrate Christmas on January 7th, as most Orthodox churches use the old Julian calendar, but the Bulgarian Orthodox Church uses the Gregorian calendar, so Christmas is on the 25th of December. For many Bulgarians, the preparations for Christmas start with Advent, which lasts 40 days in the Orthodox Church and starts on November 15th. One legend in Bulgaria is that Mary started her labor in Ignazden, December 20th, so St. Ignatius of Antioch's Day, and she gave birth on Christmas Eve, but the birth of Jesus wasn't announced until Christmas Day. The 20th is also the traditional New Year in Bulgarian culture. It's traditional to eat a special ring-shaped cake called kolacs on this day. Christmas Eve, called Budni Vecha, is a very important day, and the main Christmas meal is eaten in the evening of Christmas Eve. The meal should traditionally have an odd number of dishes in it, normally 7, 9, or 11, and an odd number of people sitting around the table. Salt, pepper, and sugar can count as separate dishes. Straw is often put under the tablecloth, and you might even bring a wooden plough into the house and put it behind the door. These are meant to help you have good crops during the next year. There's a special round and decorated loaf of bread called pita, which has a coin baked inside. If you find the coin, you're meant to have good luck for the next year. The bread is normally
I heard about this one.
The bread is normally cut by the oldest person at the meal, and they hand it around the table. It's normally a rich vegan meal and includes dishes made of different things such as beans, soup, sami, cabbage leaves stuffed with rice, peppers stuffed with rice, boiled wheat with sugar and walnuts, different kinds of pastries, some kolacs, lots of fruit and nuts like dried plums, dried apricots, oranges and tangerines, and oshav, a dried fruit compote. But it's only after midnight that dishes with non-vegan ingredients are served and eaten. These will include foods like banista, a pastry filled with yogurt and feta cheese, and baklava, a dessert made of phyllo pastry that's filled with chopped nuts.
Baklava.
And
I think it's spelled.
And soaked with syrup or honey. Walnuts are especially popular. If your walnut is delicious, you will have a good year. But if it's empty or has a small nut, you will have a bad year. It's traditional that the table is left with all the food on it until the morning of Christmas Day. Some people think their ancestors might like something to eat during the night. On Christmas Day, some families will have another big meal, but this time there will be meat, normally some kind of pork. Following the Christmas Eve meal, some people will go to a midnight mass service. You might also hear koledari, so carol singers, which are normally young men who go carol singing dressed in traditional clothing. The singing can only start after midnight. The singers often go round singing all night, so the sun never catches them. When they reach the house, they sing the house song, praising and wishing the house well. Having the koledari visit your home is meant to be good luck. The songs are often in two parts, and half of the singers singing the song, and then the other half repeating it back. After the singing, the head of the house will give the Koladari food to thank them for singing. The special foods include kaledni gevreki, so round buns, and banista, a layered pastry filled with cheese. Christmas trees, now popular in Bulgaria and towns, are decorated with Christmas lights. Some people will still have a traditional Yule log, normally from an oak, elm, or pear tree, known as a badnik or budnik, which is brought into the house on Christmas Eve. Santa is known as Diado Koleda, which means Grandfather Christmas. In Bulgarian, Merry Christmas is Vesela Koleda, and we have another care package. Thank you.
I'm more used to hearing the concept Saint Nicholas.
I'm running out of my care packages.
Oh, thank you, Rach. And I'm gonna have a hydrate. Hello, daughter bunny. How are you doing, sweet pea? Oh, that is some nice lemonade. Well, I said it's lemon and lime.
Lucky.
It's tasty. No, Mr. Dooge. Mom's busy. He's like, are you doing stuff again? Why are you on my chair, sir? I still haven't forgiven you for stealing my pizza. He stole. I was in a VC with, I think, Lion, and I think you were there too. And he stole my pizza. I had a bunch of.
Oh no!
He literally just stole my pizza, didn't you, sir? You're not supposed to have me pizza. But he's like a big baby. Isn't you, Mr. Dooge? He's actually named after Isaac from Binding of Isaac.
Oh, nice.
I was wondering.
We got him a bubble gun for Christmas, and he was super happy. Isn't you, Mr. Dooge? Yes, Mr. Dooge. Don't lick me. We've been over this.
Cute doggo.
Yes, he's a cute doggo. He's a big baby. He just likes to lick me, and I'm like, sir, we're not doing this.
Actually, let me let mine in because they were barking a while ago. They're still out of the room.
Yeah, let them in. That's not a problem. A good Dooge. He's just a big baby. He did knock the Christmas tree over this year, though. Why do you look wet? Yes, thank you very much for the care package. I hope you're feeling more relaxed yourself. Every time I take a drink of something, the pinky stays up. Sir, stop licking my leg. You're not being sneaky. You can go to sleep, but you can stop being silly. He's like, where my feet are on my sofa, he's lying on my feet to go to sleep, and he pops his head in the little gap where my laptop is, so he can get head pats. Big baby. You're still too big now. You're bigger than you used to be. But he still acts like a baby, so he's like, I'ma just lie all over your feet. And he's heavy, so you end up with pins and needles in your feet afterwards, but it's one of his favorite places to sleep, and I think he's not gonna like it when I get the new desk set up. And we get rid of my old sofa because we're going to have a new chair. So it's going to be a bit more open plan. So we're just going to have 2 armchairs and the desks and stuff in the living room and stuff like that. And he's going to be like, what? I can't sleep on here now? Everyone here are amazing beans. Thank you, Bun Bun. You're an amazing bean too, darling. I got Bunny Base, which is Bunny. And then Bunny 2777 is Bun Bun. I was like, I will try to separate you. We're moving to Canada now. We're on to the seas. We're on to seas. Yeah, Canada. There's a place in Canada that does the beard growing competition as well.
Whoa, what?
Oh yeah.
Seriously?
Lion was considering signing up because apparently it starts in I think February time, but
that's hilarious because I have a ton of Canadian friends that have beards,
and
I've not heard of this.
But the sign up date is in November time. One of my chat found that out the other day, and it was damn. But apparently, a lot of us who don't have beards, you can actually stick baubles or beads onto your face and stuff. And I was like, hells yeah! That's where the little idea for Chibi Nozomi with a giant wizard's beard came from. I was like, that needs to be an art piece. Just with my
I gotta talk to Star then.
Yeah, just with my hands on my hips and a little like triumphant pose, like with your chest puffed out. But like it's like Chibi Nozomi, so you got like her like big tail and stuff like that, and this beard just like goes on for a while. It's a long ass beard.
Oh my!
But I was like, that just sounds like amazing to me. Like I don't. Yes, Gandalf Nozomi. Like I need a wizard hat and everything. I need somebody to make tiny chibi Gandalf Nozomi. Like that is just amazing. Like, I don't take myself seriously half the time. I'm just like, there's an ongoing joke that if you're a tall ass VTuber, I'm climbing you like a mountain. Little Chibi Nozomi just like mountain climbing.
I like that.
Like, because of how tall Ambrosia is as well. Like, it's hilarious. And I was like, yes. I did sort of like. I apologized so much to Ambrosia yesterday because I said stuff badly in French and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry, Dad. I was like, I'm sorry. And it's in the chat, like, well, he was eating. He's like faints in French. He was like, oh, Nozomi. I was like, I'm sorry, Dad. Because Ambrosia speaks French. I'm like, yes, please speak French to me. Scream, wee wee baguette.
Oh my God.
Wee wee baguette. Nozomi simple. Nozomi simple. I love it.
I kind of wish my mom taught me French now because she used to be very fluent in French, having a Canadian French father.
Yeah.
And so she knew French really well.
It's like you're not telling me my heritage. Come on, I need to learn this.
Oh, well, he wasn't blood related, so it's not in my blood.
It's one of those. It's like if you know it, teach me. Good God, I could do so much if I was multilingual. I could rule the world.
She told me that she was the only one that got to learn it from him.
Yeah.
And whenever they like sat at the dinner table, they would like insult each other like teasingly at the table,
God,
like
that sounds so
all
fun.
the time. And nobody else would know what they were saying.
That sounds like such a fun way to mess with your family.
Oh yeah. I got lots of funny family stories like that.
They'd be like, oh, they're having a nice, civil conversation, very philosophical, and it's like, you're a dick.
Pretty much.
It's like, oh, you'll never know unless you actually spoke the language. So we are off to Canada, the home of maple syrup. Maple syrup is so good.
I always call one of my Canadian friends a syrup drinker and a moose kisser.
A moose kisser.
Moose kisser. I love it.
I love that one.
I call him a moose kisser and a syrup drinker all the time.
Oh my God, that's a new one. I've not heard moose kisser before. Moose are fucking scary.
I can't have these moments with my friends. I feel too guilty sometimes.
Like
my online friends, I would feel too guilty.
Like moose are like, oh God, is it the mooses or the meesuses? Oh God, it's this again. The multi-purpose of mooses. They're fucking huge. They're scary. They could swim. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no. Have you seen a moose run?
Yes, it is frightful.
That is terrifying. That thing can run fast. That thing is faster than a car.
They're bigger than cars as well. I'm like, oh hell. Like,
people are here quoting the cheetah and like, oh no, the cheetah's very fast and everything else. It's like, fucker, you have no idea how terrifying it is to see something the size of your car headed towards you with horns.
I've seen people like. Well, I've seen videos as well of people, like, running over deers. Like, deers are a health hazard in America and the States.
At least you're putting food at your table.
Yeah, like, the damage that they do to a car, I'm like, damn.
Deer are a danger to themselves. Yeah. That's why deer insurance should exist.
And it's like they just get back up.
So many accidents with deer, but there's no deer insurance.
Like, that should be a thing, especially over there. Like, seriously, deer are, like, yes, so unpredictable. It's like, I feel bad for people when they've got their car totaled by a deer, because I've seen how damaging it is, and I'm like, oh, hell no. That just does not sound fun.
Yeah.
So, Canada is a very large country, and people of many different cultural backgrounds live there. Because of this, there are lots of different Christmas traditions in Canada. Many of these traditions and celebrations come from French, English, Irish, Scottish, German, Norwegian, and Ukrainian and native First Nation influences. People in Canada send Christmas cards to their friends and family. Many Canadians open their gifts on Christmas Eve. Some only open their stocking on Christmas Eve, and others choose one gift to open, then save the rest until Christmas Day. Canadians like to decorate their houses with Christmas trees, lights, and other decorations. There's often Christmas stockings hung on the fireplace, ready for Santa. The main Christmas meal is often roast turkey with vegetables and all the trimmings like mashed potatoes and vegetables. Traditional favourite Christmas desserts include Christmas / plum puddings and mincemeat tarts. Christmas crackers are popular with many people in Canada as well. A rich fruit Christmas cake is also normally eaten around Christmas time. Hello Zen, I see you darling. However, people from different backgrounds and cultures have their own favourite foods at Christmas. Going skiing, skating and tobogganing are also popular if there's snow at Christmas. Canadian children
I heard that's very common in Canada.
Canadian children also believe in Santa Claus. Canadians are especially proud to say that their country is the home of Santa Claus, although I'm sure the people in Finland would disagree. The Santa Claus Parade in Toronto is one of the oldest and largest Santa parades in the world. It started in 1913 when Santa was pulled through the streets of Toronto. Children along the route followed Santa and marched along with him. It has been taking place for over 100 years and now is a huge event with over 25 animated floats and 2,000 people taking part. It's broadcast on TV around the world. Singtuk is a festival started by the Inuit that is celebrated in some provinces of Canada. This celebration consists of dancing and gift exchanging. The Eastern Canadian province of Nova Scotia is known all over the world for its fir and pine Christmas trees, so most families in Canada have a fir or pine Christmas tree. One Canadian tradition is to send the biggest, best fir tree grown in Nova Scotia to Boston, USA, because of the assistance given during the disaster known worldwide as the Halifax explosion. This tradition has carried on for many years. Bostonians always love and appreciate the Nova Scotian Christmas tree. They place the tree in the city and then light it during a ceremony to begin the Christmas season. Mummering is a tradition which mainly takes place in the province of Newfoundland, more commonly in small towns and villages rather than large southern cities. It's also sometimes called Janying. People dress up in costume and knock on someone's door and say in a disguised voice, "Are there any mummers in the night?" or "Any mummers allowed in?" meaning are mummers allowed in the house. They then sing and dance and have Christmas cake and a cup of something nice before moving on to the next house. In some places, if the host does not guess who the mummers are, the host must join the mummers in their merrymaking. Going mummering is a fun Christmas season activity for adults. Mummers usually come out between December 26th and January 6th, the 12 days of Christmas. However, some come out only for Christmas Day. In some places, mummering is now banned because people use it as an excuse for begging. On the south shore of Nova Scotia over Christmas, there's the tradition of bell-snickling, where people dress up in funny Santa costumes and go from house to house until the homeowners guess who you were. It was especially popular in West and East Green Harbour. The bell-snicklers often brought musical instruments and sang. They were served Christmas cake or cookies, and this tradition was brought to Nova Scotia by the 1751 German immigrants who settled Lunenburg and South Shore. Night, Zen. Have a good sleep, sweet pea.
Night, Zen.
In northern Canada, some people plan a taffy pole. This is held in honor of St. Catherine, the patron saint of single women. This party provides an opportunity for single women to meet eligible single men. Labrador City in Newfoundland holds a Christmas light-up contest each year. People dress the outside of their houses up with lights and often have big ice sculptures in their front gardens. They have no trouble finding enough snow or ice because Labrador City has about 12 to 14 feet of snow every year. Many Canadian families have cookie baking parties. They bring a recipe for Christmas cookies, bake them, and then exchange them with the members of their family. Gingerbread people and houses are favourites, along with cheese straws. At the end of the party, each family goes home with a variety of different cookies to enjoy over the Christmas season. Many families of French descent have a huge feast/party on Christmas Eve called Réveillon that lasts well into the early hours of Christmas morning after taking part in Christmas Eve Mass. When people are at midnight Mass, they hope that Père Noël, so Santa, will visit their house and leave gifts for children under the tree. The traditional Christmas meal for people in Quebec is a stew called ragoût aux pâtés de cochons, which is made from pig's feet. However, many people now have a tourtière, a meat pie made from venison or pork or beef. A popular cake, especially in Quebec and for those of French descent, is the bûche de Noël, a chocolate log. At the end of the Christmas season, on Epiphany, January 6, people in the province of Quebec have a celebration called La Fête des Roses. They bake a cake and place a bean in the middle. Whoever is the lucky discoverer of the bean gets to be the king or queen according to the tradition. This is similar to a tradition in Spain. In southwestern Nova Scotia, many families eat lobster, a shellfish caught off the shores of Nova Scotia in the North Atlantic Ocean on Christmas Eve. In the Maritimes, the eastern Canadian province of New Brunswick, Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, at Christmas, sweets called barley candy and chicken bones are very popular. They are made by local candy companies. Barley candies are usually made on a stick, a bit like a lollipop, and are shaped like Santa, reindeer, snowmen, a Christmas tree, and other symbols of Christmas. Chicken bones are pink candy that tastes like cinnamon with a chocolate filling. You melt them in your mouth, and once melting, the chocolate comes out. There is a large Ukrainian community in Canada, the third largest in the world, following Ukraine and Russia. Canadian Ukrainian families will have the traditional 12 meal dishes for Christmas. Holy shit.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is. Canada is very, very bougie. That sounds
Just wait
super
till you
fun.
hear about Japan. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, those are fun.
So I know about Japan's traditions.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you were in Japan, weren't you?
I was. I visited around like September though, so I didn't really get to see any Christmas stuff, but I know about it.
Release the jellies, Wolfie. Of course, darling. I will do that for
My
you.
My best friend that's a manga artist, she wants to actually move to Japan.
Oh yeah, she wants to be a mangaka. That's cool.
I want to move
She doesn't
there.
want to be a mangaka. She wants to actually be able to be a tattooer there. I look at her and I go like, you just want to meet a Yakuza, don't you? And she's like,
Oh, bye bye Bun Bun, and thank you for the care package, Sweet Pea.
Because she's a very huge fan of the Yakuza games. So
stretchy and a drink.
Oh, okay. I get it now. The Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yakuza. That's why I was like, the Yakuza? What?
I say it differently, I'm sorry.
It's fine, no, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure I understood what you were saying.
Yeah, Yakuza.
What part of Japan did you go visit, Hikari?
Lots of places actually. Tokyo, Osaka, Nara. I went to see Fujisan and what was that? Let me look at my map real quick because I know there's like I visited so many places in the 10 days that I was there.
Oh my god! Did you take pictures?
Oh, I have tons.
Oh
I have tons of pictures and videos. I will have to send you the ones that I have.
I'd love to see them. I absolutely love the country. It's so expensive to go though. And like
Nagoya was another one. I said Osaka, Tokyo, where else was it? There was a ton. Oh, Kyoto was another one.
Oh yeah. Did you get to visit like an onsen or a spa thingy? Hot springs?
There was one in our hotel. Well, in one of the hotels that we went to, there was one. Yes.
How comfortable are tatami mats, by the way?
Not bad.
Did you sit on a flat cushion chair thing?
Like once. We didn't really have any of those like traditional rooms because a lot of places are westernized now because they're very into the westernized culture.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough.
They must like the tourism.
Yes, they do. They're very intrigued by it. And like we had a lot of different cuisines. Like we had a French cuisine, we had like a German cuisine, we had like tons of different cuisines because they love they're just so inspired by other culture that they want to bring it to them to experience for themselves.
How many weird vending machines did you see?
Oh, many.
Oh my god, did you get anything from them?
No. Like we had like one for umbrellas, because it was the rainy season, because like they have a certain number of machines according to how many people there are in like that certain city. So like they count how many people live there in the city and then they accommodate for how many. So like they have a ratio. So like one machine is per like 10 people or more.
Wow.
I think. And then they have to like accommodate for how many machines they have to put out. And then seasonally they'll take out like all the stuff and like replace it with other things.
Oh my god.
So like so it was rainy season, so we had a bunch of umbrella ones, which actually I did get an umbrella from one of them because I didn't bring one.
Yeah.
And so I still have it. It's really cute. It's got like cats on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Everything is
one thing about Japanese
there.
That's why I recommend
one thing about Japanese culture that I've also noticed is that everything that anybody goes and brings from there lasts. Like, it's durable.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've noticed as well, like, because I watched somebody on YouTube who went to Japan to do a vending machine video as well and visit some of the spas. Like, they covered a couple of them. You can get, like, cake in a can.
Yep.
You can get, like, there was one that they had bugs in a can.
Yep, they had that too.
There was one specified to just like spicy snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they're super cool. Like, and they're very big on the kawaii effect, aesthetic as well. I think I pronounced it right. Is it kawaii or kawaii?
Kawaii.
Kawaii.
Mm.
It's like I've seen a lot of people like, especially on TikTok, they like to advertise really fun things to do there, and I'm just like, why you gotta be so far away? Why you gotta be expensive? And I always do tell people as well, if they go, oh, what's your advice for visiting?
To a certain sense, why is it so expensive?
Yeah.
I think Japan is overfull.
Yeah.
So they don't want people moving in. They just, if anything, they like the tourism.
Yeah.
That's my assumption. I'm not actually like I don't follow a lot of the news and stuff that is happening.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I think it has to do mostly with like trade and like import.
Yeah.
Especially like with fruit, because fruit is considered a delicacy, and
the
it is mostly.
Gets me for fruit is the oranges come with little nets on them.
Yeah,
I'm like, why? And like, it's in its own peel.
It's to like protect it for like, I don't know, to make sure that it doesn't get like. Yeah, I think it's just to keep its shape and stuff, like to make sure it doesn't get ruined. But
I do like the onigiri. I like the little triangle onigiris you find in the convenience stores. It's one of the reasons I love Japanese snacks so much, because they're just absolutely fun and they're super nice and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yes, please.
I love onigiri so much.
Japanese and Puerto Ricans have in common the obsession with rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I do wanna ever get a chance to try is, if I'm ever there, is legitimate takoyaki and taiyaki. Cause like
those are my favorite.
They look so nice, and I'm just like, I need them.
The taiyaki is literally my favorite thing ever. It's basically like a filled pancake.
Yeah. There's basically so taiyaki is the fish one, isn't it? And then takoyaki is the squid balls, like the octopus balls. There's a place a place I think somewhere in London that actually is like a small like Japanese like Asian cafe, and they just specialize in takoyaki. Like they make takoyaki, and I think that's super cool. Like in London you will definitely find more cuisine, like compared to where I live up in like Wales. Happy birthday, Wolfie. Happy birthday, sweetie. It's Merry Chrysler, sir. But
I'm waiting for Nyx to walk in.
But it's very like nice. Like I always like highly recommend, if you do visit the UK as well, like please bring an umbrella. And especially as well, a lot of people would love to visit London. I do recommend it. London can be a little expensive, but it is especially busy. I went when I was 17. I do highly recommend going, especially if you're a foodie, because there's a lot of really good eateries and stuff. I especially recommend go on YouTube and look at the Sorted Food channel. They're actually based in London, and they actually review a lot of the nice eateries and different cuisines that are available in London. So that'll give you a bit of stuff to look at. How am I doing today? I'm doing very well, darling. How are you doing?
I heard that, like, isn't that why, like, a lot of UK, like, car makers put, like, a compartment for an umbrella inside, like, the car door? Because I've seen that with Rolls-Royce.
Yeah, Rolls-Royce is quite a bougie brand of car. So, like, that's, like, that used to be, like, before Tesla, you know, Rolls-Royces are bougie. So if you can afford a Rolls-Royce, you can afford that umbrella stand that lives in there. Most normal cars here have cup holders. Like you'll find like a cup section like nearby where your gear stick is, or anything like, or sometimes in the side of your door. But like the umbrella holders are mainly for bougie cars. Like
I feel like I wouldn't be able to drive there, because like definitely in Japan, like we had buses and we had the trains and we had taxis. But like I feel like if I ever drove in a place like that, I would probably get in a ton of accidents forgetting to drive on the other side.
Yeah. Like
I would get so confused.
So another common thing that I found this was a thing that was covered on TikTok, a news guy. Basically, roundabouts.
I didn't live there. I visited there.
So roundabouts confuse the hell out of Americans. And There is literally a place in the UK that is one roundabout in the middle, covered by 6 other smaller roundabouts. And Britons just get on with it. Like, we know where we're going on roundabouts. Like, it can be a bit confusing if you're still learning to drive, but like if somebody from the States or abroad came over, they'd be like, the fuck is this? Like, there was a study shown, and they did an aerial view comparing how Brits...
Oh, like, I think I've seen it. Like, the most famous, like, roundabout section where drivers are around.
Yeah, and then basically they did a comparison of Americans trying to tackle a roundabout system, and I cringed because they were just going all over the place, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like, we have roundabouts, like, we have one right down the road from us that was just built because it was help with traffic flow, because of a school right there.
Yeah.
But, like, we have a couple roundabouts, but, like, the roads don't get that busy to where it causes a problem.
Yeah.
So people know how to use it.
Yeah.
It's really the 2 to 3 lane ones that confuse us.
Bruh, some
because like we have to have arrows on the road to be able to tell which lane to go in and what direction it goes to.
Yeah.
But people still can get confused, and even I've gotten confused on that one because like they're more than one lane. Like the 1 lane ones are no problem, but it's the 2 to 3 lane ones that confuse the hell out of me because I don't know which way.
Yeah, like, bruh, some people here can't probably drive on a simple 2-lane roundabout. Imagine that British roundabout. And Shozo thinks it's cool and would like to visit Japan one day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If you need any advice, let me know.
Definitely, like... For me, I think the only time I get to visit Japan is, again, if I got to go to, like, a convention or a meet and greet as, like, a popular, like, content creator. The dreams.
I will tell you, if you're planning on going, save $5,000 because that's how much it cost me to go myself, and my mother went with me, so it cost us both about $10,000 together.
Damn.
No, thank you.
But I'd also like to obviously like go to a convention in the States as well to meet you know, fans and stuff. Well, that's the only time
I want to go to San Francisco Comic-Con. That'd be fun.
That does sound like fun.
Yeah.
I haven't been there. Like, we have close to me, we have a thing called Dragon Con, and I think the tickets are like $100 a piece or something like that. They're so expensive.
Dragon Con's a big thing here too. Yeah.
Chozo has a question. They've got a question. If I go to Kabukicho, will I see
Kabukicho?
Kabukicho. Will I see a legendary ex-Yakuza beating the crap out of a petty criminals?
No, actually.
What?
So I went to Kabukicho. Kabukicho is like New York nightlife or like Las Vegas. It's very, very bright, very, very like lit up at night. Yeah. And yes, there are Yakuza everywhere that will try to like they know the average like American tourist, and they'll try to like con you into things, but they're not doing it out of like in a bad way. Like they just take advantage because like Yakuza basically is like secret police. They do things for the government, so they're not really bad people. Like people think they're some kind of bad mafia or something, but they're really not.
Yeah.
But they will take advantage of Americans because we don't like, if you don't know like what the Yakuza can do, then they will take advantage of you. But they're not bad people.
Yeah.
But yes, when I went to Kabukicho, we went at night and we had to literally like hold hands as a group with my tour guide. Bless her. She she had to hold like a little pole up so we could tell, like it had like those little like a little ghost thing on it.
Yeah.
And like she would like dangle it up in the air to make sure that we all knew where she was, and we had to like hold hands because she was like, please don't like get separated because the Yakuza could like come to you and take advantage of you and your money. And but yeah, like it was really like really cool, but like it was nice. Like there's no crime, there's like no people beating each other up in the streets. Like it's not like
there's strict gun laws there. Like there is strict gun laws there. Like you can't have a gun.
Well, right. And like they can't have an army. They have like a secret police and they have like all this other stuff. And
yeah.
So the gun laws are different, but there's literally like no crime.
Like Chozo said, there are roughly 70 years of testimonials that make it pretty clear that the Yakuza are really bad people, I think.
I mean, yeah, but like now in modern days, they're actually like they help the government in good ways. They're kind of just like
they're like debt collectors for the government.
Kinda, but they're not bad people.
Yeah,
like they're scary. People are scared of them, but they're really good people too. Like
it's the same thing as a normal mafia. You just stay out of their business.
Yeah. There was a mafia group actually in my town where I live, and my uncle used to be a well-known black belt in karate many years ago. Before I was born, he did end up with a detached retina in a competition. So he ended up becoming a retired black belt who would actually help at the local dojo with tips and pointers to the kids. And the old man who used to collect the subs and stuff like that and the snack money in the dojo was called Joe Borelli. And he was very good friends with my uncle. I didn't know much about, obviously, Joe until I started, obviously, growing up a bit more. Like, my uncle would talk very highly of him. There would be different people who would come into the dojo to see Joe. And for the most part, we'd get to tag along to the dojo with my uncle to see him teach karate. And we'd just sit by Joe and, I'd basically help, like, collect the little money and stuff. And, just get to watch and stuff. And this man would talk very highly of my uncle as well. Like, he was an extremely lovely old man. And then after a while, obviously, like, my uncle still speaks to the people, like, the family of, like, Joe, because they refer to themselves as family and stuff over there. And one day, obviously, my uncle was still in contact with them after he, Joe sort of retired from the dojo, and other people, like, took over and stuff. And then one day, like, my uncle did sort of let me know who Joe was and what he and the family sort of do. And was basically like, if there was any issues, like, I was to let him know. And I was like, okay. And this old man even said to us, if anyone, like, bullies you or upsets you or hurts you, you come tell, you tell your uncle and he will come tell me. And he's like, old Joe will take care of it. Now, mind you, this was a very, like, you could tell this old man had a lot of, was very respected, but he was such a sweet guy. Like, especially growing up, I'd known him since I was a kid. And when I was about, like, 18 or so, like, my uncle let me know that, Joe had passed away. And it did, this guy lived a long, long life. Like, he was a stubborn old man. And, my uncle, like, let me know that he had passed away. He went to his funeral. And my uncle told me when he came back from the funeral, the amount of very serious people in black suits that were there to send off Joe was very, like, you could tell it was very intimidating, and, like, he had a huge impact on a lot of people. And those were all people who were part of the familia, the family. And the thing is, no names were ever mentioned to me. The only person I ever knew was Joe. And these people still are actually flittering around town anyway. But you don't hear from them or see anything they do. It's mainly a case of, say, if shitty people mess with the wrong people, they would be taken care of, or if they owed somebody money. But it's
that's normal mafia. That's normal mafia. Even here in Puerto Rico, that's normal.
But it's
secretive. It's a family, and they look after each other. Honestly, there's a rumor saying that the Japanese mafia is the closest thing to an actual decent police force.
Yeah.
Because not even the police force works for the government; they work for the people.
Yeah, and it's one of those, like, my uncle even said when he came back from the family, whomever was taking on Joe's position as what they call the Don in those days. They told my uncle, they were like, you're still under the familiar's protection, it doesn't matter. That was Joe's wish, because my uncle had, been such a good man to him, and he's like, because my uncle talked very highly of myself and my sister, so it's, it was a case of, just because he's not
the head dog has a lot of words, and usually it's the oldest man in the group.
Yeah, and he was like, just because Joe has passed on doesn't mean his wishes are gone. Like, because my uncle didn't do particularly much for Joe. All my uncle did was help teach the kids at the dojo. That's all my uncle really did with Joe. Like, and we'd get to obviously sometimes come along to see my uncle, and we'd just sit there and watch. Like, we didn't have much of a big impact with this man and anything he did, but he saw that my uncle was a good man. My uncle was good to him, and he liked helping children as well. Like, that's one of the reasons he pretty much helped fund the dojo at the time, and oversaw it, because he was even though, like, he had such, what people would say, a shady business going on, he was a very nice old man, and it's one of those, like, no matter, it's becoming quite a normal thing as well in many different towns. Like, it's also the same sort of like ideology as, like, like gangs and stuff, like in different parts. They're not really called mafia or yakuza. It's more like gangs who are like familiar again. Hello, my nephew. Kat,
yeah, they're pretty much just chaotic neutral at this point.
Has ties with
honestly, a lot of people that get involved into that is people like that don't feel like they belong.
Right.
That's it. Like, you fall into that type of situations because it's like you've been and you don't feel like you belong, and that's how you end up like that.
It's also like some people, they obviously pick up their new members who know that people are on hard times where they've been cast out by family, whether that be for financial reasons, religious reasons, sexual reasons. They don't care. If they see you're trying to better yourself or you're a good person, they will take you under your wing and they will look after you. Sometimes they will like, no, you're with us. And they wouldn't expect that person to do any of the dirty stuff. They're more like, hey, you're front of house.
Exactly.
I've had the pleasure of meeting doms here. Like, with my past jobs, I had one past job that I could meet any mafia lord easy.
Yeah.
Like, that was such an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
But like, I met them, like, they're normal people, but their values in family is high.
They also like don't appreciate how people are wronged by the systems, by the governments, by like the police, like, who are supposed to protect them. It's a lot, but it's very educational. Like, back in the day, obviously they were known as the rebels. They were treated as the outcasts. They were villainized because they didn't agree with whomever the man was at the time. They believed that there should be more equality, more better standards for people, and they basically, what do they call them? It's a
vigilantes.
No, vigilantes.
What I heard.
So they basically became the vigilantes of the world. Like, and in any country you go to, there is some form.
Batman.
Yeah, there's some form of, like, gang, mafia, yakuza, like, all sorts of stuff. But it's a case of, again,
like, they're Batman.
Yeah.
They're literally an entire undercover that hide in the night.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, there's no There's no sugarcoating that.
Mm-hmm. But we are taking a trip to Chile.
I hate to dip. We gotta go eat. We're gonna go have our dinner date.
Go and enjoy your dinner date. Go and enjoy your dinner date with hubby.
Yeah, we're getting hungry, and I want a burger really bad.
Yeah,
so
well,
we're gonna go get a burger.
Actually, the burger I had for lunch, you will love it.
Hikari's gonna be joining me on Friday for some more folklore and some Duolingo. So that's gonna be super cool.
Hey.
We're gonna be delving into Japanese Duolingo, which will be super, super fun. Which I can't wait for. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, thank you for joining me, Hikari.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been fun.
I've had so much fun, and I will help you with your affiliate paperwork on Friday as well before stream.
I really appreciate that, because I know I'm just gonna be a mess trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're fine, honey. You're fine. I'll help you set that up. It's no problem at all. But take care, Hikari. Enjoy your dinner date, and give hubby a big hello from me. And so forth.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care, sweetie.
I'll send you food pictures.
Yes, and Japan pictures and stuff. Yes. You take care, honey.
Bye.
Oh, bless. Bless, bless. So we're gonna take a trip to Chile, Circus.
Nice.
So Christmas in Chile is very warm, as it's in the middle of summer. However, it shares many of the same Christmas customs as the USA. People like to decorate their houses with Christmas trees and lights, and having Christmas lights is a fairly recent development, with more people being able to afford them. Sometimes neighbors compete to see who can have the best and most lights. Nativity.
Oh no!
Nativity.
I hear that, and that's like, oh, let me see how high I can make my light bill go.
Yep. Nativity scenes are also an important decoration. They have little clay figures called pesebre in them. I hope I pronounced that right.
Very right.
Many Catholics in Chile celebrate Advent and also go to special church services for 9 days before Christmas. These services are known as novena.
Oh, wow.
So Christmas Eve is the most important day over Christmas. Family and friends gather together for a big meal in the evening, eaten about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Many people like to have asado, a barbecue, and chicken, turkey, and pork. The Chilean.
That's a roasted pork, and that's delicious. Asado is okay. Asado is pretty much what y'all would call a broth.
Yeah.
Like a broth soup, but thing is that sometimes it comes a little bit different. Like it could be turkey, it could be pig. Most of the time it's pig, and it's so delicious.
Yeah. So the Chilean Christmas cake is pan de Pascua, which is quite like panettone.
In translation, that would mean bread of Easter.
Okay, thank you.
Which my guess the understanding with like Easter solstice and stuff like that.
Yeah. A popular Christmas drink is cola de mono, or monkey's tail, which is made from coffee, milk,
that's new.
liquor, cinnamon, and sugar. After the meal, some people
sounds delicious.
Go to a church service. At midnight, everyone opens their presents. Children sometimes go around each other's houses with their new toys, even in the middle of the night. In Chile, Santa is called Viejito Pasquero, Old Man Christmas, or sometimes Papa Noel.
Old Man Christmas doesn't translate well. Yeah, Papa Noel would be the most one I've heard, because the first one is so rare. Like honestly, it's so rare.
Or Papa Noel. I think the Old Man Christmas.
Yeah, Papa Noel would be the most common.
Like I think Old Man Christmas would be more the boomers way of doing it.
So, the thing is that name could be like Old Tradition.
Yeah.
Old Tradition and stuff, because the one that I hear more common, and this has been since I've been a kid, it's always been Saint Nicholas, Papa Noel, Santa Claus, Old Man Winter, like stuff like that.
Yeah. So Christmas Day is more a relaxed day, which is spent with family and friends. And if you live near the coast, many people will go to the beach. That's cool. I'm not a fan of the beach. I don't like sand in my toes.
I hate the ocean. When you've been flipped so many times by a wave and then stung by jellyfish, you can quit on the ocean.
Jellyfish are pretty. I'm sorry they stung you.
I love jellyfish. I love jellyfish. I don't like jellyfish anywhere near me though.
They are very beautiful but deadly. It's one of the reasons I like them
so much. And the thing, some of the ones here really, really hurt.
Like, yeah, they're
you know that rumor about the pea actually helping with this thing is a lie?
Yep, that's a lie. That is a big lie.
You can actually make it worse.
Yeah. They usually say just like rinse it with water as best you can. And
I heard vinegar helps.
It can help, yeah. Like
because it disinfects.
Yeah, white vinegar, not malt vinegar, though.
Yeah, the white vinegar,
yeah. You need the white vinegar, not the malt one. So we're going to China
now. That's what my mother uses for everything in this house. My mom uses white vinegar for everything.
Yep.
Oh, you need to get the puppy pea stains out? Oh, no, just soak your mop in white vinegar. It'll be good.
Yep. So we're going to China now. So in China, about 1% of people are Christians. So most people only know a few things about Christmas. Because of this, Christmas is only often celebrated in major cities. In these big cities, there are Christmas trees, lights, and other decorations on the streets and in department stores. Santa Claus is called Sheng Dan Lauren, Old Christmas Man, and has grottos in shops like in Europe and America. The postmen might dress up as Santa while delivering letters before Christmas. More young people are celebrating Christmas in cities where Christmas parties are becoming popular, and it's also a time where young couples will be gifts for each other, a bit like Valentine's Day. In Chinese, Happy/Merry Christmas is Sheng Dan Kui Le in Mandarin and Seng Dan Fai Lok in Cantonese. In China, Santa is known as Sheng Dan Lao Ren, which means old Christmas man. Only a few people have a Christmas tree. If people do have a tree, it's normally a plastic one and might be decorated with paper chains, paper flowers, and paper lanterns. They might also call it a tree of light. The Christmas trees that most people would see...
that's something I've noticed. People in China use a lot of paper decorations, but they've never used stuff like we do very often.
Would be in shopping malls. The strange thing is that most of the world's plastic Christmas trees and Christmas decorations are made in China, but the people making them might not have decorations like that in their own homes at Christmas. A tradition that's becoming popular on Christmas Eve is giving apples. Many stores have apples wrapped up in colored paper for sale. People give apples on Christmas Eve because in Chinese, Christmas Eve is called Ping An Ye.
See, I was born in the wrong culture. Why doesn't anybody here offer me a goddamn apple? I would love it.
Meaning peaceful or quiet evening, which has been translated from the carol Silent Night. The word for apple in Mandarin is Pinggua, which sounds like the word for peace. Some people go carol singing, although not many people understand them or know about the Christmas story. Jingle Bells is a popular Christmas song in China. People who are Christians in China go to special services. Going to midnight mass services has become very popular. We also have the Chinese New Year in our festivities talk as well. So, while there are many Chinese New Year celebrations in the US, there's much more to this holiday than the parades you typically see here. Chinese New Year falls in January or February, depending on the lunar calendar. It's sometimes known as Lunar New Year, and the celebration lasts for about 15 days. Although it happens in winter, you might also hear Chinese New Year referred to as the Spring Festival, because it marks the end of the coldest part of the year. Celebrating this holiday involves going home to be with your family. In fact, the Lunar New Year travel season is one of the busiest holiday travel seasons in the world. Families hang decorations in red, the traditional color of the holiday, and give gifts of cash wrapped in red packages. Out of the house, traditional dances, fireworks, and parades mark the New Year celebration. People often shop at outdoor markets in the days leading up to New Year's Day, and also thoroughly clean their houses in preparation for the New Year. We have a lovely bit about Christmas, which is awesome, which just tells you a bit about Christmas as a whole and bits about different countries. Makes sense that even with traditions, the Chinese do it differently. Even after the English did their absolute BS Chinese culture, very different from any in Europe. That is true, Chusso. So, Christmas. So, in the Christian faith, Christmas is the historical celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. Whether celebrated for this religious reason or solely as a cultural celebration, Christmas traditions vary around the world. While Americans celebrate with Christmas trees, visits from Santa Claus, and dreams of snowy landscapes, Christmas falls during Australian summers, where it is popular to go camping or to the beach over the holiday. Some Australians decorate a Christmas bush, a native Australian tree, with small green leaves and flowers that turn red during the summer. In England, Christmas traditions are similar to those in the United States, but instead of leaving milk and cookies for Santa Claus, children leave mince pies and brandy for Father Christmas. In Iceland, capital...
Again, I was born in the wrong culture.
Yes. In Iceland, hello, Shadow. How are you doing, darling? Did you put did you put her back in the box?
No, she kind of pushed herself out of the box. I've been messing around here for so long. I'm actually surprised Circus didn't switch it earlier.
Yes. In Iceland, capital city Reykjavik turns into a winter wonderland with its Christmas market, and for the children, there is not one but 13 Santas, known as Yule Lads.
13? Oh my god.
One arrives each night in the 13 days before Christmas, leaving small gifts and shoes left in windowsills. And we have December 25th itself, Christmas. There's a lot of bits I've been doing stuff. They're leaving the good shit for Father Christmas. So Christmas is celebrated all over the world in many different ways, and it originated as Christes Mass, a religious festival, bless you, a religious festival to celebrate the birth of Jesus held on the Bethlehem plains. However, a date to celebrate this illustrious occasion wasn't ordained until 350 CE. Although some believe it's been celebrated since 98 CE, Julius I, Bishop of Rome, chose December 25th to commemorate the occasion. During the winter, several pagan festivals were held, which created conflict within the church. Saturnalia, a decadent Roman festival, lasted 2 to 3 weeks. This festival honoured their agricultural god, and there was a lot of feasting, drinking, and merrymaking. The winter solstice was, and is, celebrated by many cultures. Winter solstice is the shortest day of the year, and the following days begin to get longer, so the rebirth of the sun was celebrated. The Persians feasted and paid tribute to Mithra, and the Teutonic tribes honoured Woden. Although this day was initially supposed to be a solemn occasion, as decreed by Telesphorus, Bishop of Rome, in 137, the influence of the different pagan holidays was destined. After several attempts to ban pagan rituals and customs from the Christian holiday, the Church eventually gave way to incorporated many of them into Christmas by Christianizing them. Thus Christmas is the blended of the old faith and the new. There are some customs and traditions around Christmas, which one includes Santa Claus. One of the very first appearances of Santa Claus can be found in Scandinavia during the time of the Vikings. The Viking god Odin rode all over during the winter on his 8-footed horse Sleipnir, handing out gifts or punishments. Saint Nicholas isn't actually saint, the patron saint of poor children, maidens, travellers, bakers, and paupers. He was born during the 4th century in Myra, now Kale, in the Middle East, or Calais. He became a bishop while still in his youth. His generosity was legendary. Tales are endless of him sending gifts to children and giving money to those in need. The modern Santa Claus is a blending of St. Nicholas, a 4th century Greek bishop, the British Father Christmas, and the Dutch Sinterklaas. Throughout time, St. Nicholas developed and changed into the jolly old St. Nick known today. Fun fact, he's also the patron saint of prostitutes. Another care package of Bun Bun.
What?
Merrymaking, aka
how to way to stick it to a term. What?
Oh.
What was that last part?
Jolly old Saint Nick. He's the patron saint of prostitutes, apparently.
Oh boy, now that's a new one.
Merrymaking, aka getting shit-faced. That was me on Christmas. I apologize. I was hell on Christmas.
We both were. Don't worry about it.
Yes. So reindeer. So Sleipnir was the forerunner of the 8 reindeer in modern folklore. The first literary reference to Santa's sleigh appears in the old Santa Claus with Much Delight, an illustrated children's poem published in New York in 1821, where the sleigh is pulled by one reindeer. Clement C. Moore's 1823 poem, "Hi Reaper, darling," A Visit from St. Nicholas, is largely credited for 8 individual reindeer pulling the sleigh. How you doing, Reaper, darling? I hope work is okay for you. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Hey, Reaper.
Wiggle
bud.
So, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was created in 1939 by Robert L. May. He wrote a poem about an outcast reindeer that could be used as a promotion tool for his employer, Montgomery Ward. Christmas trees. The Christmas tree is an evergreen plant that symbolizes life amidst the cold, harsh winters. It was sacred to the Druids who tied golden apples to its limbs. It was even adorned by primitive cultures. Decorating trees is an age-old custom. Egyptians brought green date palms indoors to symbolize life over death during the winter months. 16th century Germany popularized the idea of a decorated Christmas tree. Folklore states that Martin Luther was so amazed by the twilight stars that he brought a tree into his house and decorated it with candles to capture the moment. The first Christmas trees were decorated with candles, fruits, sweetmeats, gilded nuts, ribbons, and small trinkets. During the Victorian era, glass-blown ornaments became popular. Christmas lights. Lights were used in many pagan winter festivals. The Romans bound candles to trees during the festival of Saturnalia. During Imbolc, which is Celtic, candles were placed in every window of the home and bonfires were set ablaze. During medieval times, a giant candle was lit and was kept glowing until Twelfth Night. However, Martin Luther is credited with placing candles on the tree in current times. The candles have now been replaced with electrical lights and adorn not only the tree, but the outside of the house as well. Many people still leave a candle burning in the window to light the way for Joseph. Oof, those candles have ended badly for Mom. Oh, have a lovely time at work, Reaper. Don't work too hard, honey. Make sure you take care of yourself. The nativity scenes. The nativity scene is exhibition or display representing the birth of Jesus. Nativity scenes date back to ancient Rome. There was a relief of the nativity on the 4th century sarcophagi featuring an ox, an ass, and an infant Jesus. St. Francis of Assisi is credited with creating the first live nativity scene in 1223. This made the nativity scene very popular. Tinsel. A quaint legend surrounding decorating trees with tinsel shiny metallic thread. It comes from an Eastern European folk tale. A poor widow brought in a pine cone that fell in the dirt floor where it took root and grew. Her children cared for the tree. When Christmas Eve came, they couldn't afford to decorate it. While they slept, spiders spun webs to cover the tree. When the family woke and opened the door, the sunlight touched the webbing and turned it gold and silver. Finding a spider or its web in a Christmas tree is good luck, so a spider and web-shaped ornaments are added to the tree. And this one is the Christmas pickle.
Okay.
Oh no, you couldn't go to your burger place? It's closing, Hikari? No. They couldn't get their burger.
So sorry.
God damn. Yes, there is a tradition called the Christmas pickle. So, the Christmas pickle is from an old Victorian tradition currently believed to have been a marketing tool in the 1890s for Woolworths. That was an old store back in the UK, by the way. A retail company in the United States. We also had one here. They imported glass-blown Christmas tree decorations from Germany and France. Many of them were decorative vegetables. The custom is that a glass pickle is hidden in the tree on Christmas Eve. Whoever finds the pickle first would get a special gift or get to open their gift first. Find a pickle, get a special present. Jesus Christ. Hide the pickle. Leftover pineapple ham. I'm not a fan of ham. It's too salty.
Oh my god, no, thank you. I'm not a fan of pickles. I'm not a fan of pickles at all.
I like them sometimes, not all the time. I couldn't just take a massive chomp out of one.
I have friends that literally even drink the whole entire jar. I can't.
Oh god.
It kills me. I can't even stand the smell of pickles. It takes away my entire appetite out of a day.
Yeah.
I get a Burger King burger and it has pickles. I hate the whole burger. I can't even touch it anymore. Yeah. That's something with vape and the alters that sometimes doesn't matter how much I want to force myself. They do not want something, they will never grab it.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
So mistletoe. Mistletoe was a sacred plant of the Druids and was used during the winter solstice celebrations. Hung under the doorway, mistletoe awaits someone to wander beneath it. This person receives a kiss. All traditions include giving a berry from the mistletoe to the person kissed. When the berries run out, no more kisses may be given. I take pickles out of the jar and eat them, lol, especially the ones in vinegar. Oh my god, Chozo, you demon. Holly and ivy. So pagan cultures place holly on the mantle and windowsills to ward off evil spirits and bad weather in the winter. Christian tradition suggests the prickly leaves of the holly represent the thorns of Christ's crown. The perennial green leaves represent eternal life, and the red berries represent the blood that was shed. Holly berries have colours other than red, and each has its own meaning. White representing Jesus' purity, green representing the cross of wood, and black representing his death. In ivy, another evergreen, often symbolises the female while the holly represents the male. The first plant brought into the house indicates who will rule the house in the coming year. This is an older tradition and can be heard in many Yuletide verses. Then we've got poinsettias. The poinsettias are native to Mexico. Legends tell of a poor girl and her brother on the way to church on Christmas Eve. They had nothing to give the Christ child, so they gathered some weeds to make a bouquet. The other children teased them about their poor gift. However, when they laid the bouquet on the manger, their gift was transformed into a brilliant plant with bright red and white leaves. Another version tells of a poor child who prayed for a gift to present to the Christ child. His prayers were sincere, and as he knelt, the poinsettia grew at the altar. Poinsettias were brought into the United States by Dr. Joel R. Poinsett, who adapted them for use in the US and are their namesake. That is Shadow, Chozo. That is Shadow, darling. So Yule log. He's a chaos.
I'm being a little gremlin right now.
He's a little gremlin. So Yule log. So the Yule log comes from ancient beliefs as well. Yule is derived from roll, a wheel that indicated the changing of the seasons. Celtic ceremonies would include large bonfires to welcome the return of the sun. Scandinavian cultures were the first to latch onto this idea, followed by England, and to a lesser degree Germany and France. Today the Yule log is typically provided by the household and not brought in by visitors. Each member of the family makes a wish and the log is set on fire with a piece of last year's Yule log. The log should burn overnight. It is unlucky to throw out the ashes on Christmas. However, after Christmas, ashes were to be scattered in the garden to protect the home from curses and evil spirits. Ash containing potash, which is good for plant. Remains of the log are stored inside the home, in some place under the bed, to protect the house from lightning strikes. You chanting Celts in there. The candy cane. So it's believed the candy cane started as a sweet treat to keep the children's choir quiet during the long ceremonies in the late 1600s. It was a simple candy that was bent to symbolize the shepherd's cane. At the turn of the century, the candy cane took on the peppermint flavor and the red and white stripes we know today. The white to symbolize the purity of life and the red to symbolize the Lord's sacrifice for man. Then you've got wassail. So, wassail is a very old custom that originates from the Norse ves hael. One would say, meaning be in good health, as a toast before consuming a beverage of ale or wine sweetened with sugar and flavoured with nutmeg, cloves and ginger. Sometimes roasted apples were added along with eggs and cream. In England, carolers would be treated with a cup of wassail after singing. Then there's eggnog. Eggnog is a North American brew drawing from older European beverages. A strong ale simply called nog was popular in Britain. Egg and alcoholic spiked beverages have been a popular winter beverage since medieval times. How it became so
we have something called coquito.
How it became so closely connected to Christmas is unknown. Then there's turkey. The turkey is a modern tradition which sprouted as a result of Charles Dickens' The Christmas Carol story, in which turkey was served. Historically, swans, peacocks, cranes, and sometimes boars were roasted for special occasions. There's mincemeat pie. The curious mincemeat pie, with its odd combination of dried fruit, nuts, and meat, is believed to come from the ancient Roman custom, as it seems so many things do. Around the 16th century, these pies became part of the Christmas tradition, although they were more rectangular or cradle-shaped rather than round. There is a belief that the number of mincemeat pies one eats between Christmas and Twelfth Night will determine how many blessed and happy months a consumer will have. That's a pie a day for a good year. So, gingerbread. Gingerbread has been enjoyed since the times of the winter solstice celebrations. But what about the gingerbread house? It's believed that someone in the early 1800s Germany began making gingerbread houses. Yes, word of the wise, all Latino cultures are extremely alcoholic, so we have a bunch of cocktails, especially those for Christmas.
Yep.
So, Christmas stocking. So, the Christmas stocking hung by the fireplace and associated with St. Nicholas. A poor father had no money as a dowry for his daughter to marry. The bishop anonymously gave money before each daughter was to marry. Before the final daughter was to marry, the father was determined to find who the anonymous giver was. However, the bishop dropped the dowry down the chimney. Now, in hopes of gifts, we hang our stockings by the fireplace. Venezuelans have ponche de crema, so cream nog, which is a fairly alcoholic drink for Christmas. So we have Christmas cards. The first Christmas cards were printed in England in the 1800s, when a new colour printing process lowered production cost. J.C. Horsley designed the first card. 1,000 copies were produced and sold in London. Imprinted in that first card was Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. It's believed that Sir Henry Cole initiated the tradition of sending cards to friends. Then there's the abbreviation of Xmas. So the abbreviation Xmas for Christmas originated in ancient Greece. The first letter of the Greek word for Christ is Chi, which is represented as an X in the modern Roman alphabet. So I'm going to obviously end it here for today because that was a lot. That was a lot. Jesus
We've been chatting way too much.
I know. Let me hop to the stream binding screen at least. Get everyone all cozy. Get everyone all cozy. Let us see who we're going to read today. We're going to go read Mr. Tora today. Tora Karu. He's one of my all-time favorites VTubers. But I would like to thank everybody who has come today. Especially big thanks to Circus and his tent full of wonders.
Thank you. No, honestly, it's just a pleasure always be here.
Of course. And we had Hikari join us today, which is super nice. I will be streaming again tomorrow. Push through this damn list. Bye-bye, Hikari, my dear. Thursday, I will be...
Send me a list of what are the places that you still have left. Yes. So I can actually do my little bit of research on them too.
Yeah, yes, of course. I will send you a bunch of those tomorrow, honey. So don't worry. You know, it'll be super fun. Thursday I will be over with Mr. Lion doing a fun stream, so I will be hyping that up all over Twitter and my Discord for you guys to see. Which I can't wait for. And then Friday I have some more folklore and some Japanese Duolingo with Hikari. Saturday I will be spending it with the lovely Sakura for her New Year's Eve stream. And then New Year's Day on Sunday.
I gotta watch every single one of these.
On New Year's Day will be my day off for the week. So
good.
We are going to be
working too hard.
I know. I've been raiding too hard, but like I need the funds for the computer. So, you know.
Nah, you're doing great, sweetie. You're doing amazingly great, honestly. Better than I have this year.
It's coming along at least. So
trust me, next year we gotta build you a little bit of that competition.
I know. So I want you guys to all go and give all the love to Toru. Like Tora is amazing. Go and shower him with love from Nozomi because he is amazing. And I will see you guys again. Bye bye from me and bye bye from Circus.
Bye bye.
You're lovely.
Everybody have a good time.
Mwah.